All right, let me fix this too.
Whoa, what did I just hit? Oh, we're live.
Hey,
Seth.
everybody.
Good morning.
Here
Yo,
we are.
Yeah,
Not quite.
we're
I
all
think
so excited to
I
tackle
think
the
all
day
of us are running low
and the
today.
night for
Oh,
Matt
not
Fight
me.
Day.
All right, Tyler, tell us what's got you so not running low.
I mean, a lot of things have me high, but
What's
LeBron
that?
is
Mostly the
really
drugs.
close to breaking the all-time scoring record. So it has been exciting, and they won last night.
Who?
LeBron, you know LeBron.
The basketball.
Surely you know. Yeah.
I hear
The sports ball guy.
He's got some kind of drinking problem because he's always dribbling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I like the airplane. I've got a drinking problem. Fucking love airplane.
But he's gonna break that record.
Speaking of airplane, Kareem is in that movie, and yeah, that's who he's about to beat.
yeah, I was going to say, isn't Kareem number one?
Yeah, he'll
Yep.
be the all-time leading scorer, but he still won't be the greatest.
That's fine. It's pretty insane. I just would have never guessed that he would beat the scoring record.
Well, I mean, he's a big dude and he's very durable, so he's played a while. So I think that's helped
Oh,
him
yeah.
a lot. So
You have to play a while to beat that record.
yeah. But I mean, he's still one of the best ever. I mean, that's regardless. Can't have that much
No
talent
shit.
and not be.
Yeah.
Yeah, top 100.
Yeah, easily.
Top 100.
At least. right behind Brittany Griner.
But not in front of Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy
No.
Bogues.
Oh, Muggsy. He was tall. I think he's a full foot taller than DJ Lynx, Muggsy Bogues.
I know him just because of Space Jam.
Yeah.
You're
motherfucker's
saying
short.
DJ's only 4'3".
Well, you used to have the other one was Spud Webb
Yeah, 5'7".
Yeah.
back in the day.
Won a dunk contest purely for because he was small.
Who
Dude,
We'll
was,
just give it to
that
him
is-
this guy.
who was the other guy in Space Jam? You had Barkley,
Charles Barkley,
Rose,
Patrick Ewing, and
I don't know.
Chris
the-
Webber?
The tall white guy is the one I always forget. It wasn't Webber.
Sean Bradley.
oh no.
Sean
Yeah,
Bradley.
Sean Bradley and
Yeah,
God, what's the other one's name?
Bradley, Bogues, Barkley, Ewing. Was it Chris Webber?
No, it wasn't Webber.
He didn't choke anybody.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember now. It's been a while since I've watched Space Jam.
I'm gonna feel so
Well,
stupid because I
course.
know Larry Johnson.
That's
Oh,
it.
how can I forget LJ?
It's kind of like MJ.
Yep. Classic movie. Did you like that movie, Mark? Considering you're not like a sports
Space
person.
Jam? I love Space Jam, dude.
I
I
can't-
absolutely love Space Jam.
Hmm.
I don't think you have to be
Such a
like
good
sports
soundtrack
fan
too.
to
Oh
enjoy
my god, that
Space
soundtrack bumps.
Jam. It bumps.
It
Well, now
bumps like
now that
crazy.
we've covered one thing that has you excited. Paying the last one on the left or 1 through 8, ready to put dollars back in. Yeah, and I pointed out to the Chris yesterday. You have the whole annex. Like for one, you got 5 through 8 on the right that you can use. Yeah,
What are you
I'm
talking
answering this question. There's 5 through 8
Oh.
on the right. It's already empty. So I mean, you can start painting with number 8 if you wanted to. Just use the annex. But you can easily use 1 through 6 on the left. Don't use 7 through 12 on the left. Give it another day.
I'm taking that's a personal communication.
It's funny that they can find you here, and they're Georgia fans.
No, I was because I'm like,
One of
I
my-
don't understand.
One of my employees.
Yeah, no, that's what
That's
what I figured because I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not getting this. I'm missing some reference. Or
like cage spots or something like that.
Yeah.
We're
oh, look at that, Freaky
Yeah.
Louie's in the house, yo.
painting at work. There's 12 runs on the left and 12 runs on the right. I've had all the dogs on the right, and we've been painting the left.
Dogs to the left of me, dogs to the right, and here you
Yeah.
are stuck in the middle with paint cans.
Exactly.
God,
Rob gets it.
There's nothing wrong with LJ Cole.
Yeah, he traded Charles Barkley for Larry Johnson. Well, I don't think either one of them won a championship, but
did not.
Barkley's definitely.
I collected LJ cards when I was into basketball cards. He was my favorite player at the time. They're still floating around somewhere.
okay.
Beckerman, what's that?
Who is
Beckerman.
Back going.
All right, Tyler. So that's the number one thing that's got you hyper high this morning is LeBron is about to score a basket. What else?
Yep. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, The Last of Us,
Oh,
the
something.
DC news.
Slow down. We're here.
Guess
for
that
Apple.
key.
The Last of Us, episode number 3, took social
Yeah.
media by storm. Split people. They're on one side or the other. I didn't notice anybody in the middle that said, "Yeah, it was all right." People are either gatekeeping for video game television adaptations on HBO Max, which is a weird thing to do, or they really enjoyed the episode.
So
I was
I
going to
didn't.
say, I don't think I saw anyone say anything negative, but there probably was.
Yeah, I saw a ton of negative.
I saw so much positivity that it kind of surprised me.
No, I
the
didn't.
first
All that
first
positivity
20
was there. Any post you see, just hit the comments, and you'll see the video gamers. I can't believe they changed the story. They deviated the story.
oh shit.
I'm like, and you know what I did for the first time? I felt the urge to actually go watch the video game cutscenes, to find out how passionate these people were. And I did. I went and watched the video game cutscenes up through episode 3. And the first thing that I realized heavily is they deviated heavily from episode 1. They didn't wait to episode 3 to do it. They did it with episode 1. I'm like, and then if you watch after the episodes, they have these special features, and they talk about in each special feature what they've changed and stuff like that. But in episode 3, they talk about their formula for deviating, and they said if something is the same or worse than the game, we're not going to deviate. But if we have something that works better, we're going to deviate. And even the people attached to the game they're attached to the show as well, and they're the ones participating in changing it. So I don't see what a issue is here as long as you keep the essence of the story and the character.
Exactly. The spirit of the story and the characters is what matters. And you can't make everything exactly the same, because then how fun would that be if you just watch the exact same thing that you already know is going to happen?
Probably a 2.
I can't imagine that being better. It was so good. Did
Yeah.
everyone else watch it?
Yeah.
Rob, you're not watching it? I'm surprised.
He's not on HBO Max right now.
Am I? Is that the one I dropped? Yeah, I think I did drop that one.
If you're on HBO Max right now, you'd be watching it.
Yeah, no, I dropped HBO Max right now.
Rob rotates streaming services.
I think most people do.
I didn't know anything about it, and I don't know.
I don't either, but it's fucking good.
Yeah, it's super good. Just kind of back to the essence of the story and the characters. So the cutscenes for the 3rd episode, the video game, the story that it covers is the main character and the kid are looking for a battery for a car, and they go to this survivalist who hangs out in like a rundown town that he's got traps set up and this and that. And you spend a lot of time in the game walking around just scrapping in town, just scrapping pieces of this and that to ultimately just get a battery to drive off. And in episode 3 of the video game, Joel and Ellie head to that survivalist to get a battery for a car that they've been trying to get from episode 1. And ultimately, by the end of the episode, they get a battery and they drive off. So it's what do we do in between, like heading there and driving off? That's slightly changed, and they do it really well. So when it comes down to the whole meaning and the point of that character being there doesn't change. Like their ultimate goal and the utility of that character in the story does not change. So I don't see a problem with it.
No, me neither. And I didn't watch it, but I'd heard about it.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine watching what I watched and being like that. I'm mad. Okay, so at the very beginning of the episode, when it cut to these two characters, Lisa and I were like, "Oh, we're meeting new characters," and like 5 minutes in, I was like, "I kind of want to see what Joel and Ellie are doing." And then by the end, I was tearing up. I was like, "Never mind, that was insane."
It was really good.
Yeah.
Anybody else on here watch Parks and Recreations?
Oh yeah, back
I
in the
did.
day, that was great.
No.
I just wondered how the episode might hit differently, might hit heavier for people that have spent a lot of time with that actor. You know what I mean? Who plays Ron?
Yeah.
He's the main character of the episode. They tell his story in this episode, and it's an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
Is that
So-
Nick
so the-
Nick Offerman or whatever his name
Yeah,
is?
that's his
Yeah,
name.
Nick
Yeah, I
Offerman.
couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
So the other guy, and I don't remember his name off the top of my head.
Frank is the
Um,
character's name.
Yeah, so Frank, that guy that played Frank was in Welcome to Chippendales, and he was maybe the best part of the show. That show was so good. The whole season's out now. I think it's just one series. So
And it's on Hulu, right?
on Hulu, if you want something, just turn on episode 1 and you'll be hooked. And I love Kumail Nanjiani. If you like him, like this is something different.
I'm gonna be
Oh,
honest
nice.
with you that something titled "Welcome to Chippendales" wouldn't be something I'd go seeking out to go watch.
It's really not
Well,
my jam.
it's about how it came to be, how the origin of Chippendales.
That doesn't.
Again,
It's really interesting.
Yeah, I'm still with
Again,
Rob.
so, not exactly my normal watching.
I didn't think so
wheelhouse.
either, but Kumail Nanjiani is the reason I started watching it. But that past
Any
that,
guy,
it was
I
just so
probably
good.
wouldn't think that'd be my wheelhouse.
I think you would really like it. It was really interesting. Lisa and I were hooked. Lisa more than me. I don't know why, but
Not enough Pokemon, I suppose.
a lot of naked men and
Yeah, there you are.
they're not really naked. There's more nudity in like Pam and Tommy than
do penises have speaking roles in Chippendales like
Yeah.
they did in
no,
County?
no penis. I don't think you see any penises in it. So,
You don't think
You don't.
well,
that sounds
not
like
that
a
I
trap
remember.
to me.
Have you
I
forgot
don't
what it
remember
looked
any
like?
penis. I turned my
It
head
could
a
have been
few
so
times,
traumatic
but-
that he's temporarily blocked it
No,
out, but he doesn't remember it.
I
right
don't
now.
remember.
There were
Well,
so many
I
of
remember penises normally. Like in Pam and Tommy, that's unforgivable.
Selective amnesia.
Selective penal memory.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Like, have I seen your penis? I better double check. Let me see.
Wow.
Better than not knowing your own feet, though. So
Hey, I was drunk.
Any excuse.
What else did I watch this week?
Well, next thing on the list that you mentioned was the DC announcements, but we can end up running a long time talking about that if there's anything else.
Oh yeah,
kind of topic first.
yeah. You guys, I've seen a lot of people cover it. You guys covered it pretty good last night on Burke's stream.
Sunday,
I'm excited for fucking all of it.
Yeah, Sunday I'm going to be going into more detail using the quotes and notes from the actual press release because they fielded questions there, which I don't know if you've watched any of the videos on that yet, where they actually kind of.
I don't know anything about the announcements. I haven't exactly been keeping up on much news the last week or so.
This one person I follow who's pretty opinionated, but I really like them. They were like, "Oh, I really wish they started with Dick Grayson instead of Damian, and that's a big disappointment." And I was thinking the same thing you said on Bergstream last night, that we're gonna have Dick Grayson.
Yeah, he's already there.
He's gonna be there.
We don't have to have Dick Grayson as Robin. We get Dick Grayson Nightwing from jump.
Yeah. And one thing about Marvel for a while, like I want to say a little bit after the first Avengers movies, I got really tired of origin movies because it was every fucking movie was just
thinking about it. Is Scott Lang the first Ant-Man?
No.
But do we get the first Ant-Man?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Hank is there in all of the Ant-Man movies.
But I don't think we're going to get as origin type movies, which I think is going to be good. We're going to be thrown right into it, and we just get to
Superman
catch up.
Batman, at least, just not with
yeah.
If it's a character they've never done before, like totally fresh, like with Guardians, like it was totally fresh. Just maybe do an origin movie there, but we don't need another Batman. We don't need another Superman. We don't need another Spider-Man. We don't need another Captain America. We don't need anybody that everybody already knows.
I don't think we're going to get it for Superwoman or Supergirl and Superman.
If they're adapting Supergirl,
probably
we're getting Supergirl on her 21st birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you'll probably have some sort of flashback or some sort of little thing. To
me, that's great.
Yeah, you don't need to have a huge though.
Yeah, and Supergirl,
you don't have to have the first hour be I haven't gotten anything.
Exactly.
I'm just a me, and then
so part like it's like an origin doesn't have to be a part of the plot. It can be just part of the storytelling device. Like for Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, the interactions and the relationship building between her and the little girl. Part of that is taking 5 minutes of telling the little girl where she comes from, some of the excess of that, and a horrific flashback of her time in Argo City when the survivors of the planet exploding are slowly getting poisoned as the ground they turn on turns to kryptonite. Like that was crazy, and the efforts they spent to lead line the ground of the entire city and just to still get slow poison and stuff like that. There's great ways to just tell your origin just in the story plot, not spend that hour. That's too much.
So he laid out a very large plan years ahead, and I understand that's what they need to do, but do you foresee it coming to fruition?
I don't know.
I would say like 80% at least.
What's weird to think about is like if they were starting this at Creature Commando, it would be 100% contingent upon like people like jumping in, enjoying it. Like it has to make money as it goes to keep going, kind of thing. Wonder what the state of the company is and like the financial like obligations and how dedicated they are to this, having 4 projects that aren't theirs still to go. Like wonder how well Shazam has to perform, and Flash and Blue Beetle and Aquaman.
I don't see those 4 movies that are coming out. I mean, I think they'll do well, but they're not gonna like be.
I think Shazam's gonna perform a little bit better than Black Adam and not much more.
Oh man, I don't. I think it's gonna be worse than Black Adam.
I think it's gonna be a little bit better just because it has a little bit more name to it.
Yeah, it's a sequel, but that trailer looks bad.
It
It looks
really-
basic, I guess, is the way to.
It doesn't excite
Really
me.
basic.
Mhm. I think the Flash has an uphill battle, but I'm hoping that if it is what all the hints lead it to be, I hope that word of mouth helps carry it. And God, I hope that they do not put these movies on a fast track plan to streaming. Fast track
They
plan to
can't.
streaming is killing financial for movies. It is
Oh,
killing.
with 100%. And
Yep.
if they continue to do that, then people are like, well, I don't need to go spend $30 at the movies. I will wait.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
with him. I think Aquaman 2 is going to do really good. That
Oh,
first
it's going to
one
do amazing. Yeah.
did over $1 billion, and luckily, like these 4 movies are guaranteed despite performance. Like this year's rollout is. So luckily, Aquaman is the little cash injection right before kicking off the DCU.
I've heard that they're naming it Aquaman 2: The Way of Water.
That might help
Mm.
it.
Yeah.
That might help it a lot. Because
That would help it.
people that
That
will
would
still
help
be
it.
going to see Avatar might accidentally buy the wrong ticket.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, a year later, can we see that Way of
Maybe they
Water
can't
movie?
call
Of
it The Way with
course.
Water, but they can call it Aquaman having his way with water. You know?
Oh,
Come here,
AKA
little
a real thirst trap.
Where, in here or in the bedroom? What were y'all watching? Oh, Jurassic World, yeah.
I'm
I don't know.
super
I'm not-
excited for The Authority, though.
I'm not as excited as everybody else. I'm hopeful, but I think a lot of it's going to come down to on how well they perform at the box office. And unfortunately for DC, they don't do well there. The storytelling is good, but not what it could be. If they improve upon that, then I think it'll do well amongst us, but that doesn't mean that they're going to pull the everyday
Well,
person in.
Yeah, us as a guarantee almost, right? But it's
Yeah.
it's getting the rest. This is what I was saying last night was that I'm cautious. I'm it's like I want I'm cautiously optimistic type thing, but at this point in time, the DC track record lately is that you need to show me, right? It's like you can say all this stuff. I'm not gonna put the cart in front of the horse. I'll sit there. I'll say, hey, I'll turn out. I'll go check this out. But you need to show me, and then I'll climb on and rah. But until then, especially since some of that stuff's not the new stuff that we're gonna get isn't gonna be. I can't judge the direction based off of the first 4 projects that are coming out, right? Because those are already in the works. All this
Yeah.
stuff. It's not until we get past the Flash movie and we hit the reset button, that I can then begin to truly assess
Yeah.
and determine, all right, am I going to be excited for these movies, or is this going to be just another movie? Okay, I need to go watch this because we're going to talk about it on YouTube.
So I think that the success of everything rests on ultimately one movie, unfortunately, and it's because of the main character. And yeah, it's the Flash, and Ezra Miller was so much in the background for everybody else. If that movie is not good, it's gonna kill the whole perception going forward of all DC movies
Well,
for
ultimately,
non-comic.
it's a movie that's going to hit the reset button. So I'm not as concerned about whether or not it's good or not. Although everybody who supposedly this is why they it hadn't been shit canned and they kept him around because this is supposedly a really good movie. That's the rumors, right? But ultimately it doesn't have to be, because it's the reset button. It's what happens after Flash that makes the difference ultimately, and that's where they need to start showing me. Anything before that is they get a pass on because it's leftovers.
I don't think they. I get what you're saying. I agree. I think. I don't think that fans should give them a pass on the Flash at this point, because they keep telling us.
Well, this is true.
Yeah, so for the fans,
there's a little bit of a
the ones that pay attention and keep track and follow them. I don't think we have to give them a pass. It better be good at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I expect it to be crazy good because it's. I mean, I like Ezra Miller as the Flash. I thought he was a great casting choice. But I
Very
mean,
few people do.
I just
I'm one of
think,
those people that enjoyed Ezra Miller before his stink.
yeah, before his thing, yeah.
They put up at that press conference. They were asked about Ezra and him continuing on, and they.
I don't know which one to blanket.
Justice for Ezra. Oh, jeez, DJ.
One. My legs.
God, dude,
Yeah,
that's
so they kind of said they kind of insinuated that there's not like anything planned right now, but they're committed to his recovery kind of thing. So they kind of like skated it, and let's see, Miller is terrible on screen. His Barry is terrible, but I look forward to the movie changing my mind. Yeah, I think they'll be like the real like first Flash outing.
I thought he brought a lot of like, I don't know how to levity,
Stupidity.
No, I believe.
He made me laugh with just a couple facial expressions he did, and his ending in the Snyder Cut was incredible, and I thought he did amazing there. I don't know,
Well,
I liked him, but
I think that it wasn't stupid. It was more of him being naive, not knowing, and with all these other characters were experienced in everything that's going on. He has zero experience at all. That's why he was acting the way he was. He's still a kid. He's still a kid, and he's trying to step his way up. So in this movie, I expect to see him go the full way.
I thought it was a great starting point. Like you said, all of the awkwardness, all of his comedic stuff was all from nervous, not knowing.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if you had the opportunity to pick up and read the 3-issue prequel that bridges the Snyder Cut and the Flash film, you see him addressing those things. You see him addressing his inability to fight. You see him addressing him having to start to be a functioning, responsible adult, with a real job. And you get an issue on him trying to manage his time, trying to help people as the Flash and trying to help himself as an employee at the crime lab. So you see start of that pathway of character development. So I think we're going to see a vastly different Barry Allen in this one.
When Ezra starts running and then you see Superman's eyes turn and then he makes that face like scared as fuck. That
he just shit his pants. It basically looks like he just shit his pants. He's like, "What?"
I think that is amazing. Everything about that scene.
Well, I gotta get to work. I'll see y'all later.
I think that's what Alan was saying in Josh Whedon's rewrite. That's what Alan was saying. He had no experience, which made no sense. In the Snyder Cut, he was just happy to be on the team. Yeah, the Whedon Cut was awful. I don't even reference that movie anymore.
I can honestly say I forget the scenes that were cut, except for like Aquaman sitting on the lasso and him
Flash
falling into one
saving
of
people in the city, and he just pushes one.
Yeah, that's right.
And Superman flying with a whole building on his shoulders.
That movie sucks, man. Like looking back on it, I thought it was okay, but now seeing the better version, trash. Watch The Stand.
The Stephen King movie? I didn't know that they remade that.
Never seen
it. They remade it about. So the original one was done for what? There was a TV movie like series sort of thing done in the late 90s, early 2000s. And then they did another one within the last 5 to 10 years, I think.
Was it a movie or was it a television show?
It's a bit brisk outside.
Was still a like made for TV type, but done in like I think 4 or 5 big parts or whatever it was. So I vaguely remember reading the book as a kid, and that was freaking.
I don't knock anybody for not wanting to go see these films because of Ezra or Amber, but me personally, me buying a ticket, me going to see that movie does not affect Ezra or Amber in any way, positively or negatively. Both of those people, before all this, were paid for this job already and did it. So all it'll hurt is the brand, and I want to see the movies, to be honest with you.
Yep, I'm the same way. I heard that from a lot of people, Gene, that movie Plane was good.
Is that the one where the plane wrecks?
I have no idea. I just know it's called Plane.
Gerard Butler has like the plane wrecks in like some, it looks like Caribbean island or something, and
or is it the movie about the
Lost,
the woodworker,
drug runners
who's
and stuff,
got to make that board real
to...
smooth, and so he goes out in search of the best plane possible, so he can.
Oh yeah, so that he can later plank.
Yeah,
it's like Castaway.
He's gonna build a nice cabinet, a wardrobe, if you will.
2 before, give it a Jim Duggan.
How many planes do you have there, Spidey? You had a pretty equipped shop, it looked like.
I think there's a few there. Not that any of them I know how to use any of them.
Oh, so it's not your shop, or is it just for show?
No, that's Dad's. That's Dad's shed.
I got all excited when I saw your shop. I thought, man, I didn't know idea.
And everything's like old school.
Right. That's why I was like, I had no idea Spidey was such a well-renowned woodworker and such. And then I said, no.
Dad was he was a fitter and turner when he was working. But he dabbled in everything though.
So do y'all think that Sasha Cale, the actress who will be playing Supergirl in The Flash, will be the actress to carry over into Woman of Tomorrow? Or do y'all think that we can expect?
I would expect it to be somebody new because they'll probably want to cast their own, but I don't know. If she's really good and she's received well, then maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's going to go with how well it does.
Yeah, if people love her, then she's going to convince them to keep her. But if people are indifferent, then they're not.
JB is in the building. What is going on, my man?
That's it.
Indeed.
Spidey, you didn't see any of the other announcements that they made?
No, as I said, there's been a lot of stuff going on at the moment, so I've haven't really caught up on anything. So knee deep in the shit.
I figure probably next couple of weeks, before the end of the month, I'll send out your next package.
Yeah, that's all right, don't.
Give it some time for anything else to trickle its way in.
Rob, aren't you supposed to open a package this morning?
Oh, I sent you a picture. I
was about to ask if that's what was in
it
your
was.
package.
Yeah, I started to look at when I opened the package. Started to open the package. I said, "Oh no! The way that this is packaged, this needs to be done on. This needs to be shown off more elaborately and be an impetus for my how you pack a slab video, because this was not good."
So TM heard the rumor that's going around that Mad Spidey's giving up on Marvel and becoming a DC fan, and X11 Bravo actually heard the same thing.
Yeah, he's actually already put in to change his name from Mad Spidey to Mad Bats.
From Mad Spidey.
No, I just put in the disclaimer under my name.
All right, JB, we need our weekly update on Hot Toys.
0 Hot Toys have been sold in the past week.
That was the most boring update I've ever heard.
It's the saddest update.
Well, I'm waiting on you to buy my ASM1 for me.
And then so here's what we'll do. We'll split it. You can have it on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I'll take it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then we'll alternate Sundays.
Sounds like a plan.
Box.com. What do you got for sale, Rob?
Oh, so I got slabs up on Shortbox. That's all.
What do you got up there? What do you got listed?
There's Submariner 1. There's some old adventure comics.
Holy
There's
crap.
there's an EC sci-fi book. There's
How do you have you not moved that Submariner 1 yet?
I don't know.
That's mind-boggling.
I've seen books that were listed for more sell. Well, nobody's this right. I don't know. I guess people really just don't like the new CBCS slab. I guess. I don't know.
You know what's funny? And I was talking about this with Pops. So we've seen this pattern. You know, a movie will hit the theaters, and people will talk about it after we get past them, like crying about spoilers, and people will put up their reviews of it. You'll see pictures posted about it, comics associated with it, all of that stuff. People telling everyone how they've been the biggest fan in the world for the villain that's in the movie, all that stuff. And then it'll get a little quiet for a while. It'll hit streaming service, and then we rinse and repeat. When something hits streaming service, you have a lot of people that see it for the first time, people that rewatch it, but you see another spike in traction on social media with that. Wakanda Forgettable dropped on Disney Plus on February 1st to crickets. So I don't know if it was because the big thing to talk about February 1st was all the massive announcements from DC. There was a lot that obviously dominated the news outlets that cover this kind of stuff, but I noticed that no one started exploding. Oh, just watch Wakanda Forever. It was this or that. I love Submariner more than you, and
Yeah.
it rolled out to crickets, and it kind of just made me think. It's what I said from the beginning, that people are going to watch this movie and they're going to like it for the emotional attachment of it, but it's not a good movie. It's ridiculously forgettable. I don't think it's like overly bad, but it's ridiculously mid on so many levels. And I'm even though he's got like the acronym backwards, I'm completely with him. It was me personally. That was dog shit. There you go. Circumstances does in fact love Submariner more than you. And Rob, what's that direct link he can find it at?
Oh, it's shortbox.com/fatstacks.
Yeah, and there are 7 people that legitimately liked it, but I think a lot of people just like the whole homage to Chadwick Boseman, which was beautiful and everything. I think that's really just carried a lot of its weight. I really do. And the fact that there was no fanfare for its release, there was no people caring. But I thought that was just weird. That's the first time that we haven't seen it happen. Was when this one came out.
So the spec market hasn't built up again for Submariner books?
Not just the spec market, but people caring in general. Because you have a lot of people that don't go to theaters still. Box offices, although they're doing really well for some movies, as a whole, they're not back. They're not back whatsoever.
Oh wow, that just jumped.
What?
I was looking up. TM Nerdy was asked about this. The Batman 656, which is the first full Damian Wayne.
$75 a copy now.
Well, the 9.6 used to be like 70, only 60 something bucks, but now it's $150.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first appearance of Damian Wayne popped 2 days after TM Nerdy got his in his hand. It was beautiful to watch. Oh my God, boy, just snuck in there.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Sometimes you can be lucky.
Yeah, and he was to his defense, he was after that book well before the announcement. I'm glad that he managed to get it when he did.
Yeah, well, I do have 2 slabs of 656.
And you know what's even worse? I actually had a look. I actually own 10 slabs at the moment. That is horrible.
That's awesome. You're
That is
halfway there to being on
horrible.
only slabs.
I need to
Yeah.
do some more slab cracking with Spidey episodes.
You can do lonely slabs for sure.
No, I don't show off that. I just co-host it.
Well,
Or
you might have to show.
or what you got to do is you got to team up with another Aussie buddy, and you guys can have an Aussie episode where you guys only have to each have about 12 to 15 slabs.
Yeah.
And then you could you could tag team it as a duo. We
You
could
would
have
use
Simon
them
and
as-
Simon.
Use them as boomerangs.
Well, you could if you want, but I mean,
Yeah, I saw a Instagram clip where people were cracking slabs by just tapping them on a table, like not smashing them.
oh
But
Yeah, yeah, I
Golden
saw
Age
that.
Guru was showing that too.
But there's no fun in that.
yeah, they recreated it. Like, I hope this works, and it did. Now, like, I did notice when he did one, you can kind of see the book like bend to the table after.
Yeah, so I kind of like.
I would've-
It seems
do
overkill
that.
because to me on the CGC, all you got to do is give it a twist, and it cracks right open. So I don't know why I need to bang it on anything. So
It's like a magic tap that they were giving it.
yeah, well, it was pretty violent. It seemed like it could
Potentially
potentially risk it. I mean, if all I have to do is give it a twist and it cracks and I can pull it apart, then why?
Was it as violent as me doing it with a sledgehammer? Or a small sledgehammer?
Yeah, I'd say probably.
mallet? You do
Malice, yeah, mallet.
Or if it was a 5 pound with a metal hammer, you could call it a single jack.
Mm.
All right, I'll
Now,
do it with
if
a
you
sledgehammer.
had
next.
2 of those, what would you call it?
Double fisting.
A good time.
Getting hammered. Well, actually, no. You could be fun. You could go get one of those foo bars and use it on a slab. There you go. I don't know if you've
Fubar
seen
or
this.
crowbar?
No, Stanley Tools made a new tool called a foo bar. It's specifically
What?
designed for demolition. It's
After
like
Tango and Cash?
yeah, and the foo bar is designed specifically for demolition. It had similar to a pry bar, but on the end of it, it actually has teeth that are designed or a slot on it that basically goes around the end of a 2x4, so that way you can hook it to a 2x4 and then use the leverage to pull to completely twist and rip the studs out
Oh, okay.
instead of having to sit there.
I don't think
Instead of
Dad
having
has one
to
of them.
beat on it with a freaking sledgehammer or using pry bars or something to get to knock them out, you just hook it and rip. The fire department started picking them up too because they're really good for what their purpose is.
Oh, that'd be fun doing a slab with the jaws of life. That'd be fun.
Or you get another one and say, hey, can I open up a slab with a pressure washer turned up to max power? Just a couple of different ways. Can I crack a slab this way?
I'll come up with some idea of some kind. I'll probably just end up whacking it with different things.
So circling back to the Robin talk, Tanner Buchanan tagged DC and said, "Call me about the Robin." He is the guy from Cobra Kai. He's
Which one?
the son of
Robbie?
the main character. Yeah, Robbie. Yep.
Ah,
He wants to play Robin.
Well, that's fine. But I hear Justin Birch also wants to play Robin. So it's kind of a toss-up.
But
Perfect
not
Robin.
Damien. I don't want to play Damien.
Well, too bad you're Damien.
It's fair.
I don't want to be Damien.
I think he'd be a good Damien, honestly. I really like him in Cobra Kai.
Yeah, because I do kind of agree, because, Justin, when I think of assassins, I do think of you.
Yep.
Only of good times.
I can just imagine Justin goes in and just starts like whipping letters out of his pocket and chucking them across the room.
See, Chicago Schultz agrees. Sounds like a good whack comic bit. Different ways to crack a slab.
I know we've cracked some slabs before. My favorite one was with a golf club.
Ooh.
I
Your
just
dad
liked
still has
everybody's
them on
reaction
golf
when
clubs.
I for the slab when we cracked it doing the barbecue bit.
Yeah, and then you redid it, and you made it look like it was the easiest thing ever, and everyone was like in awe of it.
Right.
How did he do that so fast?
Yep.
He's a
Cricket
pro.
is better cricket.
Secrets of the trade. Good news for you. What you see on TV isn't always real.
I heard Justin Bieber wants to play around.
Mm-mm.
Who's that? Javon Walton.
Never heard of him. There's some Canadian we've never heard of, Trav.
Actually, Freaky, what we'll do is we'll give you a slab and you have to massage it till the book just and it fucking just climbs right out of the slab on its own.
No, I couldn't do the driving over because it's not controlled enough.
Which reminds me, it's time for my rant. Ladies and gentlemen, Freaky Louie is still on a quest. And you need to do your flipping part and sub this man up. If you haven't already subbed him twice, then create another account and sub him up again. Because it's criminal that we are not yet celebrating 500 subs with Freaky Louie. So can you please help this guy out? One of the greatest creative minds on YouTube. He deserves your love. Not once.
I'll put his
but
link in
twice.
there. Rob, what is this short box link? What is that?
Did you miss that whole conversation?
Yeah, it's where my it's my short boxed. I'm selling on short box now.
You're selling on there. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was some like affiliate or
No, but there is a code if you do go to use Shortbox and you want to use it, you can use the code only slabs through the end of this month and you can save $15.
Wait, is that
off.
this month or the end of last
Wow.
month? You just changed
No,
month.
it was up till March 1st, so
Okay.
all of February.
Cool.
You can use the code only slabs and get $15 off your purchase of $100 or more.
wow,
like
nice.
Amazing.
That's
So
the price of shipping. You're getting
Yeah,
free shipping.
it basically covers your shipping costs. Exactly.
Which is awesome. It's not cheap. It adds
Yeah, that's
up.
pretty dope.
Thank you, Rob.
What's up?
Let's go dig a
I'm
gym.
going on short box right now. See if I
What's
can find
that?
something good.
Oh, I need to go out and come back in. I didn't put anything in my title.
You can add it.
You can
Just
don't
click
have
on
to
your
edit
name.
edit yourself.
Oh.
Yeah, the little 3 dots in the little box.
We call it the hamburger
Ah.
menu.
I'll help you, Jim. Don't worry.
You better do it, Jim, quick before Mark
Nerdy,
does it.
I think that they don't exclude. I don't think they exclude Canada. I don't know. But as far as Australia goes, Mad Spidey just wouldn't be buying slabs. But even if he did, he would just have it shipped to me. So that way it gets there in the end. So Spidey isn't
Mine's
restricted.
better.
Mad Spidey is not restricted by Australian shipping.
And I have said it before, if the price is right, regardless of the slab, then I'll still buy it in a slab if the opportunity presents, because I'll always just crack it.
Right. But again, you don't have to worry about Australian shipping.
I worry about Australian shipping, and I don't even live there.
I sent 2 parcels out last weekend, and it cost me about $160 for the pair.
Oof.
Like combined, not each.
Right.
Oh,
no, but
okay.
depending
It's
on
like
the size.
75 and like 82 or something like that. But
It is Australian dollars, so
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Dollar
that's
reviews.
probably
about $100
Right,
US.
right.
yeah about 100, 105, 100. Yeah, about that.
Well, we got Jim in the building. Let's catch Jim up on things that we've covered today and let him choose to talk about what he wants. LeBron is not number 1, but he's fastly approaching. The Last of Us episode 3 was amazing. And there's a lot of DC announcements, as well as Rob selling on Shortbox now. Submariner #1 and a bunch of other cool books you don't just see everywhere.
Well,
Right
not a
on.
bunch. There's a couple books up there.
And on top of that, you can get a 15% discount when you buy
No,
Rob's books.
$15.
I'm sorry, a $15 discount when you buy Rob's books and any other book you might choose while you're on there buying Rob's books with promo code only slabs.
So other people's books as well.
Only slabs is
Yeah, but you
discount
have
code
to
is
buy one of
global
Rob's books first.
No, it's short boxed.
Yes.
Anywhere
Right.
on short box, if it's a book
Right.
purchase of $100 or more, and it's not, I think it's restricted that if you make an offer and somebody
Right.
accepts it may not go through. But
Yeah.
$100 more, you can get $15 off using short box. So one of the things I always like whenever I see a coupon code like that, sometimes I'll just go and filter. Show me all the books are at $100. And I'll
Right.
see.
That's
what
why.
is it?
That's why I would do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But y'all
Smart
don't have
Rob.
$5 bills over there, Spidey?
No, we do, but they're changing them up.
Oh,
Yeah.
what are they changing them to? Y'all should
Is
put
it
Abraham
brisk up
Lincoln
there
on
in
them.
Canada land there?
What's
What's
the
that?
new $5 bill idea? What does that even mean?
Y'all should put Abraham
They,
Lincoln.
they just changed.
Is it a
They're
little
just changing
brisk?
the design. That's all it is.
Oh.
Nothing special.
Hey, Drac.
They still look
Hey.
like plastic notes.
The
The
track,
shadow
is it brisk
actually
outside or
shot
what?
someone for real. That's news.
Yeah, it's a little cold. It's a little chilly.
Okay.
Somebody's watching a live auction.
Yeah. I'm happy that LeBron is doing well. Good for him. Last of Us was. I'm just dying to know. I mean, well, I'm not dying to know.
Sound like you're dying to know.
I'm glad. I enjoyed the last episode. I just, you know what made it so good was Nick Offerman just doing what he does. It just, you know, he wanted. I guarantee you, when they said, "Hey, do you want to play this role?" he was all over it because it's not like
That's
what
what
he
he said.
normally would take.
Why isn't my logo coming up?
Yay for short box. I probably will get some slabs on short box. I found that they have some good deals sometimes.
Submariner #1.
So yeah, I had a Jones in for that for a while, but it's kind of passed.
Tell us more about that.
Why it's passed?
Yeah, about Jones.
Or just Jonesing in general.
And, yeah.
No, thank you. Drac, how you doing?
I'm good. See some comments about the day walk. I'm a day walker. Yes, I'm out in the day. I'm the terror that flops in the night and the day.
I'm sorry, did you say flops? You flop?
I'm the terror that flaps in the night and
Like
the day as well.
Like
Yeah.
Cobra flaps?
Yeah,
It's like Blade.
like Darkwing Duck.
Like Darkwing Duck. Right. I was going to say that.
I was thinking of the Tick with the Midnight Bomber, what bombs at midnight.
Yeah, right. That's one of my favorite character names, easily.
The Midnight Bomber with the
Batman
Tick.
what?
I was just curious, Tyler, what movie about black people did you hate this week?
God, there's so
Gosh.
many. I'll have to save it for a sup because I've got a lot to say about it.
Foot of crime.
Speaking of that as well, it is now Black History Month, so
Right, so you got it.
You got a whole month to go.
Yeah.
Rip into it, Tyler. Rip into it.
shortest month of the year though.
I saw that. I don't know what I saw. Somebody, Mark posted a thing of Panda. Was that when was that done?
Last night.
Oh,
Last night.
damn! I missed it last night.
He made an
You might have
appearance
missed
on
it, but that's
Mark Show.
okay.
Oh my
Oh my-
lord!
Was that?
I didn't get
was
a
it on
good look at
Burks?
it at work, but now I did.
Was it on Burks?
Yeah,
he
yeah.
popped up on
Dirk
Steam,
requested
and,
it.
he gave a proper homage and shout out to circumstances.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. That was awesome. Oh, that's hilarious.
I can't believe Burke asked him to do that.
My coffee just left through my nose. It makes you wonder what videos Panda sends him in his DMs.
Right. Exactly.
Hey JB, you can remember that code I just said. Don't, it's going to save you a lot of. At $15 off can save you. There's an ASM one on here for $12,000. You can
Oh
save
my God.
15. You can save $15.
That's not rich enough for his blood.
There you go, man.
And ordered.
Nice. Did you remember to use the code? I mean, you got to save that $15.
Sons of bitches.
Damn it, man. Damn it.
Well, you just have to try again.
So, Drac, what are you making today? Anything?
No, I'm home today,
Um,
so might do some drawing.
there you go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's just, you know what? It's not that it's so cold here. It's just the god awful wind. I took the dog out, and the dog looked at me like, "Hurry, let's pee and get back in. It's too damn windy." And I was like, "Come on, dog, do your business."
Mine's
Yeah.
gotten so bad that when it was raining, the dog wouldn't go outside unless my wife took the umbrella and went out with
Yeah,
the
held
golf
it over
umbrella for the fucking dog. Really?
Yeah,
You're encouraging that? You're taking the dog out under the umbrella.
umbrella.
It's a freaking hound dog.
Yeah, no, mine doesn't mind the rain, but man, it was really windy, and you know, tree limbs are going everywhere, and he was just, man, I'm too old for this, you know. So I have this ongoing fear that my wife is going to England in March, and I have this ongoing fear that we're going to have a problem when she's gone, and that's not going to go over well.
Like you're going to starve to death?
No, I mean with the dog, because he's so old. I have, you know, some issue. I have this fear that he's going to pass while she's gone, and that's not going to go over well at all.
Well, she could come home to a brand new puppy.
Negative.
Oh,
It seems like it's just that time of the year, man.
Yeah, it's just, well, we adopted him, so we're not really sure how old he is anyway, but yeah, he's got to be up there, because it's like Rob. I mean, Rob, you have the same type dog.
Basset Hound.
Well, mine's not pure Basset. It's Basset Beagle mix, but
Oh, you got a bagel?
yeah, but those guys usually about the same from an age perspective. They usually
10 to 14 years.
yeah.
It's
Well, he's
it's
got to
pretty-
be on the deep end of 14 because
his hair's a lot of white.
oh yeah, his
Turned a lot
mane
white.
is really white. His front of his nose and everything. Yeah, because I saw some pictures of him in my feed the other day and was like, wow, he's gotten really gray. He's aged with me, you know. I got the gray. He's got the gray.
Right, 10 to 14 years is solid, but I've also seen, I've heard, 16
Right.
not uncommon either. So
My
I unfortunately my first two only went 8 years, so I've been on the wrong end of the scale the first couple Basset Hounds I had, but
right. My other friend, whose name is Mark, had one for 16, and
Yeah.
Theo, we love Theo. He was cool.
I mean that was my plan. One of the things that originally attracted me to the breed was I figured that I would, when I got them, was my kids were really young, is that they would live into while my kids were away at school, and so they
Yeah.
wouldn't be here when we would lose them. But unfortunately, cancer and
Yeah,
kidney disease had a different
right. Well, he's,
decisions on those dogs.
I mean, we take him regularly, and there's nothing major. He's on some stuff, but nothing yet. So that's my biggest fear, though. I've been thinking about it a lot because it's coming up, and she'll be in England, and I'll be like, son of a bitch, why did you have to do that while your mother was gone? Damn it! So wish me luck that does not happen.
Sure, luck to you, sir. May your dog not die.
At least not while mom's gone.
That's right. Tyler, did you get your new one yet?
We have to wait 2 more weeks.
Oh, okay.
We're getting it on the 18th.
Look cute.
Is it going to be like? It's a brand new puppy, basically. It's like 8 weeks, 10 weeks old. when you get it?
I think it'll be 8 or 9.
Is it gonna be bigger than a rat?
Yeah, it's
Not much.
what is it? A dachshund wiener dog?
Wiener dog.
Long
Okay.
hair, short hair.
Long
I mean,
hair.
it's definitely short. It hasn't had a haircut yet.
It's a long hair.
It's a long haired.
Oh,
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thank
it's not a short haired.
how the hell do you guys know?
Mark's a professional, and you
No,
can look at it and
But
tell.
did you see a picture of it or something?
Yeah, you showed us the picture.
Oh yeah, we did. I forgot about that. I was like, "What the hell? You just predict these things?"
I'm psychic, man. I'm psychic. Yeah.
Oh,
No doubt.
Trying to find a good deal right now on Shortbox. There's so many books that I'm finding.
I like the way their filtering system works to some degree. There's a lot of different filters you can filter by, but at the same time, I wish you could select multiples within a single category.
If there was only some filter to direct people's way towards your Submariner 1, is there such a thing?
Maybe you should have Marcus sit there and like do a video of it.
Although with on the app, it's more difficult. But
That's funny.
You see the deal of the day? ASM 43, Rob.
I don't need it.
$20. Nice.
1 through 7, 9, 14.
Didn't I send you a 14 recently?
No, you did not send me a 14.
I mean, one that was for sale. I thought was a decent deal.
Well, but you might have. But a lot of times when you send me ones, they're always at the time I'm not ready. And right now there's been several opportunities for some books that I've actually been like, oh man, I wish I could pull the trigger on it right now. But I've had to hold off because I'm in the middle of changing around a few things for my finances, and I got tax season coming up, and the preliminaries look like I'm going to have to cut a pretty big check again. So that combined with the second payment for my property taxes is coming up. So 2 tuition payments, property taxes, and my regular taxes.
It makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you're really contributing to society, though.
Yeah, when in a span of 3 months, when a span of like 3 months, I cut like $15,000 in checks. Yeah,
nice
or more. Probably more by the time I figure out all the tuitions. Yeah, it does
nice.
Really. It kind of cuts into my comic budget for a little bit.
We had this whole conversation with my son because he started working last year, and he still complains about he doesn't understand the whole tax thing. He's like, Dad, they're just taking my money. And I'm like, yeah, but the thing is, you're a student, you'll get that shit back. Mom and Dad, we don't get it back.
And they promise that later on in life they'll give you something for it, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. Oh no, that he's never gonna,
nerdy. No, I do not have Sandman #1.
He's never gonna see any type of like Social Security.
That's why I doubt I will either. But whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably the oldest one here, and I wouldn't even expect me to get any. So they're gonna end up having to do something with it. They keep just writing blank checks, so we'll see. I love, being this close to DC. A lot of that feed on my news comes across, and I just keep scrolling because I get so sick of reading it.
Yeah.
I think you guys should revolt, overthrow your governments. I'll just sit back up here and enjoy the show.
Maybe we should overthrow Canada just to make sure we can do it correctly.
Right. To invade a country, you mean?
We just want to make sure we know what we're doing first.
It's too cold, man. You guys don't want to come up here.
Go
take over Florida.
Before we're done with you, global warming will set in. It'll be nice and warm up there.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
I was watching this guy on YouTube. Workplay TV is his tag on YouTube, and he's somewhere up there in Canada, and he bought this house, and it's basically that's what it is, like a remodel type show, and he bought this log cabin off of a lake, and It was owned by a Swiss couple, and man, it is unbelievable. Like, I don't know how much work he's really going to need to do. Like, he's definitely got to do landscaping because there was a lot of stuff that, trees and whatnot, that overgrowth. But he showed inside the house, and I was like, damn. I mean, this guy built a wooden walkway through the swamp, which, I don't know why, but he had that whole area of property that he didn't know what to do with. So he made a walkway to go through it, which I guess in certain parts of the year is fine, but I bet in the summer that would not be a fun walkway. All those bugs and everything, but it's just cool. It's just amazing to sit there and see what people lived in.
Aggressively says he's lying about who the Authority and Creature Commandos are to his friends and family who have trusted my comic knowledge for decades. That is a great use of your comic knowledge, because no chance they know who those people are. And hello, Warlord. How you doing? Everyone else I missed. What's that?
Oh, I need to see something. Hold on, guys.
I'm going to go to a comic show on Sunday, I think. Go look through bins again.
I thought you had to pay taxes.
Sure, but this is small dollars.
Justin.
Yeah, just take a couple $100 cash and go shop for some bins. Go filter through some bins, look to see if I can find any fun space books or something.
This isn't tax money. This is petty cash.
That's right.
Yeah, it's the petty cash money. So listen, do you guys know Switch Comics? He's going to be on.
Hopefully, only slabs this Saturday.
Well,
Oh, really?
he's be on the lookout. He's going to be dropping a teaser trailer of his
on
upcoming
only
short.
slabs. We're going to be showing it. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. He did me a solid. Let me see it a little early. It's sick.
Yeah. We'll be debuting it on only slabs.
Nice. Now I get to see it twice.
What
It's
is
too
it?
cold to do anything.
A trailer for
You'll
what?
just have to watch only slabs.
You have to watch only slabs.
Is it for a movie? You cut out when you said
Yes,
it, Jim.
it's
That's
for
why.
It's his short.
His short movie for film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I was like, wow.
No, it's crispy bacon. It's not American bacon.
Yeah.
So the Bravo was asking if Canadian bacon is just bacon, and if you guys didn't have American bacon.
No, bacon. How do you guys not know this? Bacon is bacon. Canadian bacon is pea meal bacon, which is actually just pork loin, not actual bacon.
Right.
But I eat the same. I eat the same bacon as you guys.
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Nah,
Sometimes I
it's
hear
the
people
same
call
thing.
it crispy bacon, but
I just call it bacon.
good for you.
I don't even cook bacon. I just think it tastes good by itself.
Yeah, well, that's one way, I suppose.
Still bacon.
Yes. If you like this Werewolf by Night, then I think you'll probably really dig this one, Dr. Von Hoot.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just have to make sure you tune in to Only Slabs this Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific. Switch Comics.
6:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time.
There you go.
Sunday morning.
Wake up and have yourself a cup of coffee.
I can say to myself, wake up, Jeff, and it'll be relevant.
That's right.
Yes. Wake up, Jeff. God, I miss them.
I need to get that clip. Just like I need to get. Maybe still need to go get my Wheel of Fish clip, so I can just.
Yeah, I don't know what that's from. When you showed the
UHF?
romper thing,
The
that
romper
was the
room?
first time I'd seen that.
Oh, well, you're young.
Yeah, he don't, he's not old enough to know
You're a
what
little
romper
young
room
for
is.
romper room. It might
Right.
have.
I did not know what that was.
Right. Well, Wheel of Fish is from the movie UHF.
UHF.
Never even heard of it.
UHF video.
No.
Sorry, it's one of the greatest movies ever.
Spatula City. No.
That's right. Come on down to Spatula City.
Is there
You
anyone
get to drink
famous
from
in
the
it or
fire
anything?
hose.
Anyone famous?
I've never
Yeah.
heard of it.
Weird Al
National
Yankovic.
treasure and global icon Weird Al Yankovic.
When was this movie made?
Like in the 80s.
Before you were
80s.
born.
It's
Huh.
do you understand what a UHF is first and foremost? So before cable, when TV came over the air, you had VHF and UHF. There are two different bands, two different dials on your TV that you would adjust. UHF channels typically were your local independent channels that you'd get to tune into. And so the whole premise of the movie is that he ends up owning a small independent UHF channel. It's almost like almost like college radio. It just kind of do all kinds of odd stuff. And so it's all the programming and stuff about the programming and trying to get the thing successful. Does a bunch of weird, crazy shit. So they make a lot of spin-offs of like.
So it's like YouTube, like they did YouTube.
Yes, it's YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. And then because they're doing a lot of, it's Weird Al who does parodies. He does a lot of parodies of other TV shows and stuff.
Interesting. So can you subscribe to his channel?
Yeah, no, it was completely just out there. You just tuned for free. You had to watch
I
commercials.
don't get it.
You had to
I
watch
do not get
commercials.
it.
Yeah,
I'm not watching it. I don't get it.
yeah. Well, you're not watching it now because just that bandwidth has been bought back by the federal government and resold for other purposes.
Hello, Marcus. Sorry,
What up, y'all?
I can't get that deep.
I can.
Mod Spidey. What's up, buddy? What up, fam? I think Legion. I think Mark wanted to argue with me because he sent me his personal link himself.
No, I sent you the link
send
too.
personal links.
Yeah, you always send one, but Mark does not always send me a link. Today
Well, that's because sometimes he's not sure if I sent it, but usually he knows I did.
Well, I'm in the Legion chat, so I always get that
one. I just got a trailer. Or what?
You see the way that Marcus just flexed like that? Says, well, I'm in Legion chat.
I mean, I'm kind of
No, it is something to flex about. I mean, not everybody can be there.
If you watch anything from UHF, make sure to watch the Gandhi trailer.
Yeah. and Conan the Librarian.
I've never seen that movie. I should watch it.
It does. It is a movie that's kind of like up your brand of humor there. So
I always wanted to see it as a kid, but I never got to see movies. That's right, baby. You know what's up, Dr. Vaughn. Who doing it for the people. What is Australia's
Magic Marcus?
Schultz sent me a montage from the movie, and I just watched a little bit of it. I can already tell. I think it would be for me.
You're right. Yeah. No. I'm saying you'd be good with it.
Yeah, it looks.
Especially
like
if you've ever
movie.
appreciated anything that Weird Al has done, from a music video standpoint, then you'd appreciate UHF.
He wrote one of my kids' books is a children's book that he wrote, and it's actually my favorite book to read to them. I love it. It's really good.
What is it called?
Oh God, you don't ask me that. It's about is it Substitute Teacher or something like that? I can't remember the name of it, but it's about a new teacher, and it's really cool.
Stand and deliver. I'm trying to get through to these kids.
What's going on? Why are you coming with the 8 Mile look today? What's up? Is it cold?
It's cold. It's cold. In this room, the house is always colder. And I had my hood up because it was cold, and then like my hair was all bedhead, and it falls in my eyes right now. So I'm like, let me put this was an arm's reach, so I put this on.
It feels like it's about to go down. You just had mom's spaghetti, and you're ready to go, dog. Is how I feel.
It's early for spaghetti, but as soon as I get it, we'll go at it.
Drac and Spidey, if you're not following, it's like 13 kilometers.
Yes, yesterday for breakfast was Chinese.
I know
Chinese
the movie.
Yeah, I don't believe in conventional rules about when you can eat food, especially breakfast food. I think it's all day for breakfast.
Well, if it's leftovers is always open for
like 10 o'clock
food,
at night
right?
sometimes.
And I think pizza is always like my go-to. If there's leftover pizza, I like having pizza for breakfast. I don't think that's weird.
No, it's not.
I don't think so either at all.
I think all of it is allowed, but some of it like might be.
You know, what's a little weird though is corn nuts and beer. Yeah, a big old.
See,
bowl
Rob just proved my point.
Yeah. Bowl of corn nuts, pour some beer in there, stays crunchy. Let me tell you.
Ooh, wait a second, I didn't know you combined.
Like instead of cereal and milk, it's just.
It's not touchy to me, buddy.
No, it's touchy. It's definitely touchy. Since you're here, I want to know how you feel. Like, I want to know like your honest opinions. Like, take a step back, kind of step outside of yourself, leave your emotions at the door, and give me your honest opinions on. How proud is you of this moment?
I can't speak on that without getting emotional about it. I don't know about Marcus, but for me, yeah.
Well, you know, it all started with a vision that I had, you know, and to really see this thing come to fruition the way that it has really been gratifying for me. I'm going to say the same thing I said yesterday, though, is like, Panda, take it off or I don't care.
But it's a step in the right direction, though, right?
Well, I mean, I'm putting in the work. We're definitely doing something here. John's Comics with Kids. John's Comics came in with it, and then Comics by the Bay brought it. You know, his video didn't get enough love, I feel like, because the element that he brought that I thought was hilarious was the face that he made the whole time.
Oh,
the face he made was so creepy. It was beautiful.
Well, he's captured on the. Maybe we'll see him this week on Only Slabs.
I know. I thank you for. I feel like a legend now. So thank you.
Oh, you are.
And legends never die.
That's the dream, right?
To be immortalized.
One thing your kids, your grandkids will know you by. It's like, oh, Grandpa was this guy.
Mark just inspired today's meme. It just came to me based off what Mark said. So look forward for that.
Some legends die. I mean, they killed Saddam Hussein, right?
You can kill a man, but a legend never dies.
Damn it, Dracula.
In a lot of ways, in us, he lives on. I think that's what we're saying, Drac.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look at DJ Lynx.
Well, what about him?
I don't know.
Where's Louis? We need Louis to answer that question.
Yeah, that was that.
I'm sorry, I love you, bro.
Come on, Louis. Where's
Was
Louis
that your
at?
American voice, Spidey?
No.
I'm sorry, I love you, bro.
Hey, dude, one of my favorite things on the internet is other countries imitating American accents. It's hilarious. I love it.
I can't do accents. So.
You just did.
Which American accent?
No, it didn't.
Any of them. My favorite is when they do the bro American accent, you know, the fraternity bro accent, the fraternity bro accent kind of thing. I love that.
How you doing?
How you doing? Yeah.
So it's usually the thing they're usually going to go with either that New England or that Southern or the Texan, but every once in a while you get somebody who wants to give us the surfer bra.
Yeah.
Team's like, hey, I'm going to do a Burt Reynolds pose. I just watched that not too long ago, Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, I love that film. I watched that movie so many damn times. I will watch it over every time if that movie's on TV, I will stop what I'm doing.
Well, that's what happened. It came across TV, and I was like, "Huh, let's sit here and watch this for a little bit."
That's right. But honey, we're going to be late to your grandma's funeral. I don't care. Smoking the Bandit's on.
Sally Field looks
Grandma's
so
dead.
young.
Oh, and she looks so good. She filled out
She
them
did.
jeans so well.
Yeah, she did.
Holy cow.
She did.
I feel the same way about the hit 1989 comedy classic UHF starring Weird Al Yankovic.
That he filled out a pair of jeans really well?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lady Fantastic says, you know,
Sex on a Black
Burt Reynolds was her dude.
That movie. But I still love Angela's. Ain't no way that you come from my loins. When we get home, remind me to punch your mama in the mouth.
Yeah, that was.
Oh,
great. I'm gonna barbecue your ass as I get you, boy. Yeah, it was fun. That's a good one. They had a lot of I can't remember the name. What was the name of the short actor in it? The midget guy.
Hello and welcome. So today on What's That Cover, I've got American Gods #1. This is from Neil Gaiman and Dark Horse Comics. I'd love to know what's that cover that everyone else is talking about.
And he came in like a wrecking ball.
And that was your commercial announcement. Okay, well, what's that cover? Let's do it.
Where's Louie? We need Louie.
Definitely Smokey the Bandit.
Here's someone watching.
What's another one, Digger, that you gotta watch whenever it's on?
Mine is The Sting.
Sting?
Yeah, that was
Cannonball Run.
I don't know.
Was that Spidey?
Cannonball Run.
Cannonball Run, huh? Okay.
I do prefer the second one, but yeah, both just as good as each other.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I love you, bro. Come on, Louie.
Who's watching?
We're American boys
No
fighting.
clipping.
That's fine.
Don't you dare clip. You're not ready.
Just trying to clip.
Like for me, Smokey and the Bandit, I'll stop and watch. The original Rocky, Heartbreak Ridge, and V for Vendetta. Man, those movies, I will just stop what I'm doing to watch those movies. I watch them over and over again.
I like Bull Durham too.
Yeah,
I don't, my wife really likes it. I like it. I didn't think I'd like it when it came out. I was like, this is gonna suck, but it was not bad. It was not bad. And I'm not a huge baseball guy by any means. I've been to games. I cannot watch baseball on TV, but I've been to actual baseball games and they're fine. But man, alive, that movie made it at least fun a little bit. So,
Lady Fantastic says Goonies are on. She's glued to the set.
Seems like a lot of people love it.
Yeah.
What's that?
Cannonball Run.
A lot of people love Bull Durham, but I really don't.
Really?
For me, it's probably Moneyball, one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah, Moneyball, definitely. Yeah,
I never watched it. I never saw the movie as an A's fan. It was weird. I read the book, but I've never watched the movie.
It is incredible.
I love it when he's in that meeting. He's like, and why are we going to get him? Because he gets on base.
Oh, yeah. It was talking about Hatterberg.
Because he gets on base.
Everyone, the whole Jeremy Giambi,
Hatterberg. Like, why are we getting him? Because he gets on base.
Yeah. Guys,
Dr. Von
if you don't answer, I'm just going to point to Pete.
Right.
I'm tired of all this good body bullshit.
Yeah. No, that's a good one too.
That is best. 100% X11 Bravo. Yeah, I mean, that's why I could watch that movie over and over again and never get tired of Heartbreak Ridge. One time I tried getting Marcus to go on. It was too hot, wasn't it? Okay. Traffic.
I stopped at Tarantino and Wes Anderson's and 80s classics. There you go.
Any of the Brat Pack films from the 80s, I'm usually game for.
Yeah. Breakfast Club, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, that's a more Breakfast Club for me than the rest of them, but I'm not going to. I don't think I'm going to necessarily stop to watch them, but I'm down with them. I like them a lot. They're staples growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll always watch the Royal Tenenbaums if that's on. Definitely.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about V for
And-
Vendetta as a more recent one that for some reason I just glom onto the way it has like very different from the comics, but it's just
You're like a bald Natalie Portman.
she's not hard to look at, but I just like the way that V was portrayed, and throughout the thing, I just kind of really dig it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Dr. Van Hoot's saying Weird Science.
Yeah, Weird Science is going.
I love it. I love it when God, I'm terrible with the name. Anthony. No, the guy. What was his name? Anthony.
Michael Hall.
Yeah, Michael Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's sitting over there. He's like, "That's man. Let me tell you my story." And he tells the whole story. He's drunk and everything. Yeah, that part right there makes me laugh.
Okay. Durs says Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction.
I just watched
Fear and Loathing.
Yeah, Fear and Loathing's a go-to for me. Another one that's relevant to this morning, Silence of the Lambs.
Ooh.
I can always watch that.
Spaceballs is not one of my favorite movies.
Yes.
I rewatch. Spaceballs is good, but I'm going to argue that I will watch Blazing Saddles and History of the World Part 1 over Spaceballs.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you
and
just a little edge out. Just a little edge
yeah,
out.
and then I'll watch Spaceballs more frequently, but the movie I like better from within that all his body of works though, High Anxiety. It's not as rewatchable in my opinion, but I love High Anxiety. It's just a different type of comedic stuff throughout it. But you have to be a Hitchcock fan to really kind of get High Anxiety. So
is it making fun of Vertigo?
Among other things, yes.
No, next level.
Another
Blues
one's
Brothers.
Nightcrawler.
Blues Brothers is fabulous. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen
Everybody hates
Nightcrawler? I feel
Illinois
like Drac
Nazis.
would love that movie.
What movie?
Nightcrawler.
With Jake
With Jake Gyllenhaal. Yes. Yeah, that is a great movie.
Love that movie.
Yeah. Ask yourself. Yeah, exactly. Alan Moore. The Shadow was inspiration for V for Vendetta. Yep. Okay.
Nightcrawler felt like a David Fincher movie, but it wasn't. It was. I don't remember who directed that.
I don't off the top of my head.
I felt like it's really shot movie to me.
Oh, speaking of another one I'll always watch, which I actually watched last night, was Seven.
Ooh,
that's a go-to.
What's in the box?
Yeah.
What's interesting on the Mel Brooks front, I didn't even realize. My wife told me about this. Apparently, there's a net series or series being made for History of the World Part 2.
Really?
They're making a series. I can't remember which streaming service it is, but they're instead of making a movie, I guess they're making a short series, History of the World Part 2. They're finally doing it. I should look it up and see now that I brought it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Seven, Drac. That's another one I could stop and watch if it came on.
We were talking about this earlier.
It's a Hulu.
Yes, Rob, on
Remy.
Hulu. Right on. Okay. Yeah. Remy, I believe you could just press out those books that were damaged, man. They look pressable. Go ahead, give it a shot.
Definitely.
And just get them in there and press it out. They're not too bad. Those things look like they were beat to death. I felt so sad for them. That was bad. All right. I'm going to jump out.
You got to go dig some holes?
No digging holes today. It's too damn cold. I do have chores. If I want to have any fun tomorrow, I have to do my work today.
Can you tell us what fun you plan on having tomorrow?
I can. I am going to be, and I'm bitching about the cold, but what I'm doing is outside tomorrow, and it's going to be just as cold tomorrow. We're doing, it's called Fire and Ice, and it's downtown, and there's going to be a lot of ice sculptors, and they're going to have
Flamethrowers melting them.
They're gonna. They last year or the year before last they had a guy that did a lot of sword swallowing and blowing out fire and all this stuff, and then they're gonna have fire pits for the kids, blah blah blah. But
Fire
I really
pits for the kids.
Yeah, they're gonna put the kids in the fire pit and see who lives, that type of thing. Yeah, it'd be cool. But for me, it's more. I'm gonna hit the breweries along the creek. We have a liquor, McClintock. They started as gin, but they've expanded into like rye and scotch and all. So I'll definitely hit there to have my shot or two, keep me warm while I walk. I'll probably shoot some pictures of the ice sculptors and post them because they're pretty neat. They're they did the one we have like a head shop down here, and they did a big weed symbol and stuff. And I don't know if my LCS is going to do one. I thought he said he was participating in it, so I'll be curious to see if he did. But if I want to do that, I need to do my work today, and I have work to do today. So I'm going to ditch it. Okay. Bye, Marcus.
Bye. I have a question for you before you leave.
Yes, sir.
How much does he charge to swallow a sword?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'll have to ask him if he's there.
And does it have to be a metal sword?
And does it have to be a metal sword? All right. See y'all guys later. Nutties.
Yeah.
Yes. Lady Fantastic,
yes. For this weekend.
Put up your no entry signs.
Drac, what do you got planned for the weekend other than surviving?
Yeah, mostly that, surviving, and not much else.
Marcus,
no plans.
Let me think. No, I think I'm just going to be lazy as hell. Chiefs next weekend, so just got to prepare for that mentally.
So Super Bowl's not this weekend. It's
next weekend. Okay. There's a week off before the Super Bowl. Yeah,
dude, I'm really excited. I'm pumped.
I'm sure you are.
I am. You know what happens? Two teams, the best of the best, come together in what we can only consider combat for our time and era. And in between them running around in tight pants and playing a game that people are betting their life savings on, there will be a brand new trailer for The Flash.
Yep.
Oh, I see now. Now it makes sense.
There's gonna be a bunch of trailers.
Yeah, I'm in it. I'm there. Go Birds.
I'm excited.
So I'm assuming
I am really excited.
It'll be pretty quiet in the US on like game day. I'm assuming with YouTubers. Then they'll all be sitting there watching the.
I have a
not
live
necessarily
show on Sunday nights. I'll be on the live show talking about the Flash trailer.
I remember last year you were live and there was still like a bunch of people watching. Because not everyone's into sports, especially
not that. I wonder how many people if you're like a diehard. I know if you like the sport, you like the sport, but there are people that are like big fans that might not be like, well, my team's not there. I checked out when my team checked out.
I'm kind of like that.
And people might not be able to watch the game. They might be somewhere else. They have access to YouTube, but they don't have access to live game coverage on their phone or whatever. I don't know.
Dr. Von Hoot, I'll tell you the one thing I learned with my kids when I sat them down to watch some of these movies that I thought was great from back then is that there's a lot of they don't necessarily translate well to the younger generation. Not only is there oftentimes a lot more adult themed stuff in there than you remember it being in some of those movies, but also a lot of it, the jokes and the references that they have just are completely lost on anybody that didn't at least have some remembrance of
they're of their time.
Yeah, of that time. Like I tried to sit down with my kids to watch Airplane, and they just like what they don't understand. None of it made any sense to them. They're just like, oh, well, this is stupid.
It's like watching old episodes of Saturday Night Live. It's clearly written well, and it had to have been funny, but a lot of it is like, because that show's weekly, it's like minor little jokes and stuff at nuanced things happening in society that probably, You'd have to go back and look up to even remember what they were.
Yeah, there's just a lot when you make references to things that are common within the culture or the pop culture even or whatever else, but those things are now 30, 40 years ago, or they're referencing something that was maybe 10 years before, so now they're 50 plus years ago. It's like, yeah,
culture.
Yeah, a lot of you'll find, yes, a lot of explaining. Yeah, just. But hey, if you can get them to climb onto it and love it, good for you. Proper job.
Oh, just circling back real quick. I don't know if Mark touched on earlier, but Travis got that first Damien,
Mm-hmm.
and he just sent me a picture of it. I'll show you.
Uh-oh.
It's pretty because he got that first Damien Wayne.
There it is.
Wow.
Yeah. So congrats to him.
Revolution.
Those are things that I would never pose to take pictures of just because they'd get out there like that.
He sent it to me.
Right. Well,
now everyone has it.
Yeah, if you send that out, you got to
especially if I'm going to send it out. Of the people I would send it out to, let me just say that you were probably very far down on the list.
Wow, I'm glad I'm on the list at least.
Yeah.
Feel honored. So you're saying there's a chance.
I'm comfortable with masculinity.
You know what? I'm curious who took that picture for him.
I know.
I like it when people say nobody. He's on the other side.
Scoot the book a little more to the left.
Hey, honey, would you do me a favor? What are you going to do with this?
Yeah, I just noticed he's
going to send it to the guys. Really?
He's sending it to all the boys. Everyone check your DMs.
Yeah.
Now you know what's going to happen is people are going to start photoshopping that book with pictures of other things.
Different books on there.
Bold strategy, TM. Bold strategy.
I'm just gonna Photoshop a picture of Marcus opening his shirt onto it.
What is Nusic? Nusic. Nusic.
What the fuck?
S-I-C.
Yeah, he has it tattooed. He has it tattooed on his side. Music is life.
Let's see. Happy birthday, Daddy.
Birthday, Daddy. Yes.
Wow. Is it your birthday, Rob?
When the fuck did that happen?
I think that's when you took all that.
Tyler said you sent that to him for his birthday, and then he's started sending it to. Well, he sent it to me.
Obviously.
Is it your birthday, Rob?
Last week.
So it's not your birthday.
No.
Okay.
Nope, it's come and gone. But the book that I sent you, Mark, the picture of this morning, that's my birthday book.
Oh, very cool. Your wife knows what you like.
Yeah.
No, Travis sent me that picture too.
Lady Fantastic.
He's mad he didn't type "You're welcome" after he.
In my defense, those days are a little bit behind me. We used
I
to
get the wrong impression with that one.
Oh
wow,
well,
he's totally naked. I did not realize he was completely naked.
Yeah, read the tattoo. What does it say?
Music is life.
No, look at the first where it says music. Nusic.
Oh, that is an N, huh?
One of those regrets.
No regrets.
I mean, another thing you can Photoshop. You can Photoshop the tattoo, and you can Photoshop what's the cover of the book, and you guys can make all kinds of stuff. Now, back in my Lady Fantastic, back in the day when I worked in radio, I worked for a rock and roll radio station, and we ended up there was one of the DJs that I would go out to do production work for or produce on the road was a guy named Dennis Erectus, and he did broadcasts like every other Friday from a club in the San Francisco called the Trocadero Transfer, where they were hosting Bondage a Go-Go. So there was always at these bondage dance clubs or whatever. We were surrounded by all kinds of crazy crap. It was weird.
There was a club here in Toronto. This is probably about almost 10 years ago now. That got into some hot water, I guess legally. There were some legal issues because once a week they would host an event called Sperm Attack Tuesdays. I'm not sure of the details of that, but
I would probably avoid that club
Yeah.
myself.
They probably had to change from Taco Tuesday, so what else would you change to?
What else exactly? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't want Taco Tuesday to be on that same day, because then it gets all over the tacos.
Yeah. So you don't put sour cream on your tacos?
Well, can't say I've never done it.
Was there a buffet?
No sour cream.
Yeah.
Oh. There's the winning comment for the night.
Yeah. It was, I don't know. I can't confirm that. But
Was there a buffet?
Do.
When is Ant-Man? Does anybody know when that movie finally comes out?
I think it's this month on the 17th or something, right?
It's right around Valentine's Day.
No way. Is it really?
So ready. February 16th. Oh, 2 days after.
Oh my
Valentine's Day.
God.
And for some
2
reason, I
weeks
haven't
from yesterday.
decided yet to get when I'm going to go.
Opening night for me, man.
I did not realize it was that soon.
That's probably going to be a Friday afternoon one for me.
So only 2 more weeks of Avatar
I might wait
dominating.
till the Sunday. Oh, but I'll be off on Monday.
We'll end with like a 7. No, that'll be a 9 or a 10 week run.
Yeah.
That number 1 still hasn't made less than $1 million a week.
I love how you get excited about that shit.
$1 million a day.
Yeah,
It's
$1 million
like
a day. Well, just movies are fun. Like, look at I can do the
sports
same
team.
thing with Well, movies.
I'm rooting for the Chiefs. You're rooting for Avatar.
I mean, it's just movie history. Think about how historic that is, you know?
Like, look at Avengers Endgame. You can do the same thing with that, with its legendary run and the time period that it did. Yeah.
That opening weekend for Endgame was like, we
did
may never see it again.
in like 2 days.
Yeah.
That's
and all this traction and all this hype, and I still have zero desire to go see what it's all about.
What's crazy to think about is it doesn't need y'all to for some reason.
No, I know that it doesn't need.
No, but I'm saying like even with there being, not you specifically, but even with there being people who are like, I just don't care. And who cares? It's just Fern Gully. It's the Smurfs. Blah blah blah. The movie somehow resonates.
Yeah,
I get
kind
that.
of blows
It
my mind.
It has to in order to make that kind of money.
Yeah.
What I'm just saying is like sometimes when something like all of a sudden just starts, making that kind of money, you go,
curious.
oh wow, okay, what's going on? Eventually I did go see Titanic, for example, even though I had almost no desire to see it because I already knew the ship was going to sink.
Wait,
but
it sinks?
Absolutely. Spoiler. Hate to break that. With these the Avatar movies, I've just had zero inkling to even.
You didn't see the first one?
No.
Oh, I was hyped for the first one.
Never did I have a desire to see it, and all this time that it's been available to on Blu-ray next door at my in-laws' house that's available to me to borrow if I want, all this stuff. I've just never bothered to even care to see it.
Unfortunately,
I haven't seen it either.
Thank you, Drac.
Unfortunately, the best place to watch the first one is actually on Disney Plus. That's where you can find the highest resolution version of it because they haven't re-released it in 4K yet. And the extended cut that exists isn't on Disney Plus. So the first one's in this weird little pocket where you're waiting on like the upgrade. I have a child.
Like Lady Fantastic, 1 million in 2 days. My OnlyFans crushes that. Wow.
Well, I saw the first Avatar, and it just, I was excited to see it, and I was probably a little too excited because I was pretty disappointed by it, and so that I haven't been interested since. But I love to see big stuff happen. I love to see that it's kicking butt, man. I ain't mad about it.
Yeah,
I'll say it one day, but or both of them, should I say? But I don't know. Like Rob, I never really I'd be interested to see that. It'll happen one day, and it just won't. I'm just not in a rush to go and see it.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever see the second one.
I mean, what Doctor Strange 2 made like 950 and Thor made 750. So those two combined is still like almost $500,000 under what Avatar 2's done.
Yeah, those weren't that.
Those are big movies.
I like Doctor Strange, but not the other one. Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot of people who've gone to see it, as well as there's a lot of people who've gone to see it again and again.
Yeah.
That's the key, is people going to see it again.
Yeah, and hats off to them. Yeah, it's like
Mark's already spent $1 million.
Yeah. I guess it's just so interesting to me because even I think it's pretty crazy that just the sequel to one movie hasn't even really been a franchise yet. There's only been one movie before it. No show. There wasn't even toys until this year for a movie that came out 12 years ago, which is crazy.
There were toys.
What?
There were toys for the first one, but they were cheap, small, and corny. They were made under the assumption that this isn't a guaranteed $1 billion movie.
I guess because people used to actually do that, is make original movies that weren't based on something that already
I think
existed.
there's a little bit of probably pent up desire for not only people being pent up, but for a big spectacle, but also something that's not necessarily superhero tie-in, right? Because there's been a lot of that, and and so I can see where there would be a potential for a lot of pent up desire for something like that. That's probably but I don't. That was satisfied for me with Maverick.
Maverick was
for sure. I still need to see that one.
Oh my god! The best.
I'll say it eventually.
22.
I wanted to see it in the theater. I just didn't get around.
Oh yeah,
it'll come back in theaters. I guarantee it.
I saw this great. I gotta find the channel. I saw this great video. This guy did basically a breakdown of the death of like the mid-budget movie. He made some really good points. Basically about how the majority of movies now, or at least the ones that have some success, are either low budget or these really high budget movies, but not much in between. Whereas throughout the 80s and 90s, those mid-budget movies were like some of the best movies ever made, and easily some of people's favorites. And they just don't. It's not worth it for these studios to when they're making a high budget movie. Yeah, there's a risk there that you might not make the money you want, but chances are you're going to make it. And then with a low budget, it doesn't matter because it's not much money.
That's why
they get green. Matt or Kevin Smith basically has got the green light because he's does it for next to nothing and he makes enough money off of all the other stuff. But
stuff in the like $20 million range, that stuff is not getting made as much because it's just I guess almost not worth it for them to put the money into this thing.
I think it's now a little bit more than 20, but you're $40 to $100 million range. There's a certain amount of there's a fair amount of risk versus they're afraid that there's a lot of those are original stuff and they feel I'm not going to spend that kind of money if I don't know there's going to be an audience, and it's really sad.
Well, I mean, those movies are still getting made, but those are the ones that are all going directly to streaming services. They're not getting theatrical releases, right? Knives Out was a great example. I think he was using that as an example of a mid-budget movie that did really well. Audiences loved it. you know, and
didn't the sequel
but
go
this-
straight to release?
the sequel did, yeah.
No, Netflix
Yeah, because
bought it.
Netflix bought the rights to it.
Oh, okay.
For $350 million,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
I still need to
hey,
watch
but
that one.
if I'm a movie studio, man, if I just produced a movie and it cost me $100 million to make, and somebody offers me $350 to buy it straight out, I'm going to take my money and run. I don't have to market it.
Absolutely.
They bought the franchise, so they still had to fund the movie. That was them buying the rights to it.
That was the rights. That was the rights. Yeah.
TM
Knives
just
Out
posted this
too.
picture.
They bought the franchise from Ryan.
Imagine if they made Knives Out 2 and it was so profitable that they're already making money on Knives Out 4.
Well, they had already planned, I think, to make another 2 at least.
I still have to watch the second one. The first one was good.
I love the first one. The second one made me realize how good the first one was.
You're gonna get into
because
Hot
I did
Toys,
not
Mark?
like the second one.
No, damn it! I want to like the second one too. Ooh.
Jake
I did
Sully.
not like it.
Isn't he from Monster?
Yeah,
Squad?
there are Hot Toys. Hot Toys are doing a range.
You know what's crazy is just I guess because the nature of the design of the characters, the Hot Toy ones don't look any different than the McFarlanes.
Yeah, they're like
Paying a lot
exactly
more
the
for 'em.
same.
Or you could go the. You can actually. Well, there's a. I don't know what's the name. A Terry
Yeah.
statue. That actually looks really cool.
He really posted this picture.
Won't focus properly though. But it's there.
We believe you.
Yeah.
Fighting.
Oh yeah.
At
At least with that, you get the big flying fish thing.
Yeah,
Gotta stay away from these toys.
We've got ours in our living room, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in. This is like the man cave playroom kind of thing, but I
Yeah,
don't
the
have, like,
Banshees look so good. We put them on the mantle in our living room.
I don't have this thing set up.
I
yet,
don't
but
think you want to pay
I wanna get my
$400
in here.
for a statue. Then
These are going to be hard to put on a shelf because of how much depth they have. You know.
Yeah.
They're just huge, like you said. But
Yeah,
these
ours
things-
barely fit.
I don't see why you would need a hot toy when the McFarlane figures literally look fantastic. Like they're simplistic designs to these characters. But yeah, I can't imagine paying hot toy price for one of these.
Whoa! You mean just for Avatar Hot Toys?
Yeah, for the Avatar.
Yeah, okay. Not
that's the Avatar one because McFarlane.
Yeah,
did such a
Avatar is
fantastic
a
job.
rare example.
Yes, very rare.
Thank you.
Because clearly you can see like Hot Toys compared to like.
But please
for
go and
instance,
buy
Black
Justin's Hot
Series.
Toys though, because they are
It's
awesome.
not even
and you need to buy
close.
them.
And each one will be packaged with love.
I wonder if the
Does that mean you're gonna
Hot
do something
Toys
to
are
the
going to be way taller, than like a standard Darth Vader. Will it be like 9 feet tall? You know what I mean?
They've got the Hot Toy Man of Steel.
So, do you think the Avatar one will be like almost double its height?
Like, think it'll be scaled to the
To
other Hot
scale,
Toys?
it should be, right?
Yeah, so they should only come up to just like their thigh. Like that would be insane.
Yeah, it should. If they're doing it right. If they're not, then they really missed the ball on that.
Let me have a look.
Yeah, I should say the height. You should tell it in like inches though instead of centimeters.
Well, it is a US site.
Yeah, that works great.
Where are we? Details.
Did Remy ever ask his question for the chat?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, Dr. Von Hoot, Daniel Craig's accent is like the best reason to watch those movies.
I wonder if Remy was just listening and not watching, but we had your comment highlighted.
Almost
in the
18 inches tall. But Jake Sully.
You said 18?
18 inches tall.
Yeah, that's twice as tall.
Yeah, that is taller.
It's
That's
not
at
the
least
scale,
as big
but
as TM
it's
Nerdy's
tall.
comic.
Oi. Is that an It's Always Sunny reference? Oi. That's how
That's
they
an
get
Aussie.
Charlie's attention.
What are your thoughts on Billy Zane?
His best role was the Phantom.
I love Billy Zane.
The Ghost Who Walks.
He was almost in the greatest movie of all time, Dirty Dancing.
I agree. That movie is amazing.
But
Patrick
Swayze got it
forever.
instead. Yeah, I fucking love that movie.
Patrick Swayze forever.
Well, not forever. He died, but
No. He will never die. He will never die.
Pain don't hurt. Roadhouse.
The name's dope.
That's my favorite line from that movie is pain don't hurt.
I love that movie. My wife called that movie a B movie, and we almost didn't get married.
Hey, is anybody going to be seeing that new M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie
tonight?
Where's it? What's it
I'm
called?
interested.
Knock at the Cabin.
Knock at the Cabin.
That's why I'm going to be late to end the mix tonight. Lisa and I are going out.
I feel like I need to go see it. I really want to see it. It looks interesting.
I
like
your review.
I like this as
Let
an
me know if it's
adapted
done.
thing.
I will.
I like the fact that M. Night Shyamalan's not doing an original story for this one. He's taking an existing property and a successful novel and adapting it to film.
But will there be a twist?
I just
after his first couple of movies, he just went off the rails. Though all the last ones.
Yeah, I don't think he's as good as he used to be, but
The Last Airbender.
he cares a lot. So
Yeah, so I like that property, but just not the live action movie.
Dude, I love that live action movie. See, I'm in a weird position here. I'd never watched the cartoon. Like I had no clue that there's like this big like older kid and teenager following for it or anything. So when it came out, like I'm like I had nothing else to watch, and I was the store manager of a video store. So I just grabbed this movie and like I'm gonna watch this, and I watched it. And I just thought this is a decent, well done kids movie, and I didn't realize that they like absolutely crapped on like a beloved property in doing it. But I was all
They pretty
emotional
much-
at the end and everything. Like
It was-
I have a tear coming in my eye when Ong's like bringing up the giant water wall and he's firing on all cylinders, and he front kicks it and it like leans over onto the fire tribe. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Because it's basically done. It's done in 3 books.
Yeah, I should
It's done
watch
in like
this.
I think it's water, earth, and fire, and like each book is something like 30 or 40 episodes. So they've tried to cram that much in like an hour and 10-minute movie.
They tried to do all 3 books in one movie.
No, just one book. Like each book is about 30 something odd episodes.
Okay.
So they're trying to jam all that into one. That's all they did was book 1 basically, or section 1. Princess Bride.
no.
Yeah, prefer the cartoon.
Oh my god, you've got to watch Dirty Dancing, man. Dirty Dancing is amazing.
You've never seen? Oh, dude.
So
It's
X11,
definitely
just
one of
watch it and don't let her know you watched it. And then, like, when you're
It's
amazed
so
and
good.
when you love it, then you can sit down and be like, look, you win. Let's watch Dirty Dancing together. And she can think that, and you can score 1 with the wife, points for the wife.
No,
I'm gonna
Lisa was the
fight
one that showed me
chaos.
that. I didn't really care to watch it, but I loved it.
My mom loves that movie. I grew up watching it. That was one of those ones that was on television a lot growing up. Patrick Swayze's just always been cool. Like I can't remember a time in my life when that dude just Roadhouse, Dirty Dancing. Like he's just the dude's cool.
Point Break.
Ghost.
Great. Yeah.
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn. There's never been a time in that man's career and our lives when he just wasn't cool as
Donnie
shit.
Darko.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
there's
when he's,
one. There's one. Yeah, there's one. He's definitely not cool in there. I just
Nah.
pictured him crying on the bed when he has
Oh,
the
dude,
memories
that is a
who he
rough
was in
scene.
this other universe. Like, oh
Fucking
man,
movie's
love
crazy.
that movie.
yeah.
But I like in
One of the
Ghost
most
when he
unique stories of time travel I've ever watched.
when he enters Whoopi Goldberg. I love that.
In Ghost.
Yeah.
You were so fucked in the head sometimes.
Chris got Footloose over Dirty Dancing.
What, Lady L?
What? No.
What is gay, dude?
That's garbage.
Roadhouse is masculine, pure heterosexualness.
He
How
ripped the
dare you,
dude's
lady?
throat out with his bare hand.
How dare you?
Yeah, enough said.
The gays can't have that movie.
I don't think that's that big of an age difference, is it?
No, but she is 17, and as a dad, I'm like, yeah, I would have beat. Yeah, I would have had major problems with all of this if I was the dad.
Who was 53?
I think he was
I think
saying
he's-
Patrick Swayze was, but
Not during Dirty Dancing, he wasn't.
No,
Yeah, the characters are like 17 and like 23 and 24, I think, in this story.
close enough, you know.
17, oh, my baby.
Things were different back then.
In Kansas, it's
All right.
legal at 16 unless you're a teacher, which is nuts to me.
Unless you're a teacher. Shout out to Bert.
Unless you're a teacher.
Thank God for that.
Teachers can't get busy, but everybody else can.
Is it because they'd have an unfair advantage?
Because of the guardianship power kind of dynamic, yeah.
No, we know why. You don't have to explain it.
Sorry. Kansas apparently doesn't, but okay.
There was more cocaine in the 80s.
That's accurate. Yeah.
Back when America was America.
Amazing Indian election.
I'm really trying to think about how Roadhouse could be homoerotic. I don't see it though.
What is going on, Carlos? How are you today?
That
You know, I built a personality off of the character, Patrick Swayze's character from Roadhouse. This sort of like,
Dalton.
you know, I can fight if I need to, but I'm a really nice guy. Like I built my entire personality off of that character.
Yeah, me too.
I can see. I can see whenever Marcus goes into public, he just finds a beam just to go lean on.
Get a cup of coffee. That's right. Just observe.
Marcus, he's by the beam.
Observe like a badass. God, he was so badass.
I mean, he's too cool to stand. You know, he's got to have something to lean on.
What's that one with like Tom Cruise? Is it Outsiders?
Maverick. Oh, with the whole gang.
Oh yeah,
He's into Outsiders. Yeah.
Love that book.
Yeah,
No,
see
it's a
Thomas
movie.
Howell, Ralph Macchio.
Yeah, it's like a ton of famous people.
Estevez.
Tyler, do you not
Dillon,
send Biggie a link?
What's the dude? It was in something
who?
is something.
No,
about
I haven't
marrying.
sent links in like probably 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Matt Dillon.
If we don't just
Dillon. Yeah,
naturally
that's his
send you a link, don't take it personally. Just ask for a link in the chat.
It was
Because we
basically
do-
a who's who of 80s lead actors, pretty much.
That was a great book too. Great movie.
I haven't watched that in ages.
I was Pony Boy. I was
Rumblefish as well.
Yeah.
It's a great Seven Dust album.
Was it? What was it? Stay Golden Pony Boy or something like that? I can't
Stay Golden
remember.
Pony Boy.
Yeah.
And then Catherine Hahn uses that line in Step Brothers too when she pisses in the urinal.
Yeah.
She hikes her leg up.
That's a movie I'll watch if it's on.
I feel that way about The Other Guys.
I like
The Other Guys is hilarious.
Yes.
But Peacock, you got to let me fly. Peacocks don't fly. Let him have it, Captain. The whisper fight at the funeral.
Yeah.
Hey. He loves you very much, Francine. Dude, when E-Man got his car stolen, I had to like muster everything in me not to make jokes about Dirty Mike and the boys. I'm like,
We will have sex in your car again.
That's going back a long time. Yeah, I remember Legend. That was awesome.
Legend with Tim Curry.
Very, very early Tom Cruise. The other movie that popped into my mind when we were talking about sort of things you like to watch, not that I've watched it for a long time, is Young Frankenstein.
Oh,
That was always a little fun one to watch whenever it popped up on
Gene
TV.
Wilder.
TM's post is funny. The comments are funny.
I can't wait for the Photoshops to begin.
Rob's comment remind me to never sit on that couch.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, what should I change his comment to? What would be funny if we switched it out with something else? I got to think about that one.
Just write what you said earlier about how the legal age in Kansas is 16 unless you're a teacher. Just write that law out.
Yeah, just going through that explanation.
He'll get it.
That is pretty good. I don't know how I would make it at work visually, but verbally, that's hilarious.
If it doesn't work visually, that means it works kind of still, right?
That's sealed from the
I know that's the whack comics
visible
way.
confusion. Like, what does this even mean?
Oh my god, what the fuck?
That's the whack
I
comics.
cannot unsee that post.
If you DM him, he'll send you the same picture without the slab.
Oh,
I prefer the censorship.
You should comment that one, Mark. That's good. I'm starting a revolution. Who's next, guys? That's what I want to know. Who is next? Dr. Vaughn.
Who? When Lee did the
1,
post,
2, 3, not it.
Homaging, yeah.
Yeah, not it.
Yeah, me and Justin did the same thing. Remember when Lee did the post homaging that Instagram girl who always posts pictures of slabs, like not showing her face with her butt in, like rubbing the
Yeah, show and tell comments.
Lee pulled up his old britches and put a slab on there.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Oh yeah, that stirred the pot a little bit. That was great.
Fast forward 6 months and here we are.
and now she's showing her face.
Is she?
Yeah.
She has
on occasion.
Oh, I honestly don't know if I even follow her still.
Yeah, Spidey, is it everything?
A little bit of a butterface.
Rob,
no comment.
All right, I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna do some stuff. But good hanging out with you guys. I'll see you all on Tuesday, right?
What's
What happened
Tuesday?
What's
The
Tuesday?
morning show?
Sperm Attack Tuesdays.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing
yeah.
how quickly we forgot
What?
about that.
Mouth wide open. Ready for some tacos.
Damn it.
All right. Well, see you then.
Later, homie.
See you, Daddy.
Biggie said he finally watched the Panther movie and he has some opinions on the DCU.
Uh-oh.
Well, come on in, man. You've had the link for a while now.
Yeah, send that man a link.
I sent it to him after he
got
asked
multiple. Got multiple links. I watched Wakanda Forever again last night. That movie was great. What a great year for whales. Well, CGI whales. Between Wakanda and Avatar, a lot of whales.
They're back.
I like that comment he put earlier. What if we do Free Willy, but the whales are gangsters?
God, I love that I'm tagged in that as well, so I get to
Yeah,
see
I am.
everyone's comment.
Well, you can untag yourself.
No, I don't do that.
No,
I
buddy.
do that every day when people tag me. I go check out what I'm tagged in. I comment, then I remove myself immediately from the tag.
I don't need to get updates about other people
No.
updating.
Or you comment on videos from a year ago.
I'll tell you, I'll watch your stuff, Spidey. I don't always comment on all of them, but I watch your stuff. It was his first artist series. Like, I'm watching the stuff that he put out more recently. I'm like, bro, I don't think I saw the first one. So I went back. I'm like, here's the first one. So I watched the first one. I watch it at my own pace. I don't watch it when you want me to watch it. I watch it when I want to watch it.
I just watched the video from like 2 weeks ago that Spidey posted. I've been a lot worse about commenting.
I'm horrible with comments. I always watch and give a thumbs up, but I don't always give a
No, you're horrible at comments because if I do leave you a comment, you chastise me as a response. I leave a comment. He's like, "Oh yeah, if you would have watched my other video," I'm like, "Bro, I did watch it." So I have to comment on a previous video from 2 weeks ago in a current video. I'm like, "Geez, what a jerk!" He chastises me every time I leave a comment.
Oh, here you go. Biggie says we're not woke. We're not woke yet.
Sorry.
Come make us woke, Biggie.
I think he meant his fam.
Yeah, no.
You can definitely tag. I don't mind being tagged. I'm just not going to keep the tag on because then I get like
every time someone does anything,
comment,
yeah.
Whenever you get traction on your post, it's like I'm all of a sudden your
Bombarded.
Instagram page, and I get a lot of tags a day, so I'm not able to see what's happening on my page anymore.
I usually just DM the person, "Don't ever fucking tag me again," and then block them.
Unless it's actually relevant to you.
No, even if it's relevant to me, don't fucking talk to me again. Don't.
So everybody's on their phone now. Look, everybody's looking down their phones. They're all tagging you with everything.
No, Marcus. A bunch of people tag me. I don't mind.
Pocan Joe's meme for some reason made me bust up about I need Republic credit, or I got Republic credits, but I need cash now.
Stick around.
JG Hut.
Call JG Wentworth at 877 cash now.
Yeah.
Greetings.
I try to be strategic with the tagging, not overdo it. What up, BJ?
What's going on, Dad?
Yeah, not everybody wants to see naked photos of you, Marcus.
Which is
actually I saw
travesty.
DJ is going to be the next one. I think that's going to.
Nah, pass. Hard pass.
It's gonna be just him and his tool belt finishing up that room.
Yeah. Yeah, mate, hey DJ, I got a serious question. Did you go out and buy a hard hat just for a thumbnail?
Yo, that was photoshopped. I had to think about what you were talking about.
I was looking close. I'm like, bro, that hard hat looks like it's actually on his head. Like the rest of your body, I'm fairly certain was you, but the hard hat, it was questionable, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, thank you. I take pride in my photoshopping hard hat skills. I'm not really good at photoshopping thumbnails, but when it comes to photoshopping hard hats, that's where I exceed.
Your problem is you're probably not using a powerful program like I do. I use for all my photoshopping needs, I like to use Word.
Nice. Bum 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 bum. Why so serious, everyone?
I was reading Aggressive's comment. He was answering Biggie.
No.
I loved Wakanda Forever. The outfit Nakia had at the end looked like Kirby had doodled all over it. Killmonger's part and her choosing the Panther suit with the gold. It was beautiful.
I did like the Killmonger part. That was dope.
Are we gonna get a?
Oh yeah,
I like Michael B. I don't think that guy can do any wrong.
Yeah,
he's one of those actors that's cursed though. Like everything he in, like the quality of the movie drops significantly whenever he shows up because he's so much better than everyone he's around. Like he just,
I do like him.
If
you watch
so well,
if you watched him on The Wire, it's crazy to see the maturation of that actor. He has come a long way.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Creed 3. Like he's fantastic in those too. Like Adonis.
I didn't like the second one, but I'll probably give the third one a go.
I didn't like the second one either.
I did. I like the first one a lot better, but I think this one's about to hit on a whole different level with Jonathan Majors coming in.
I like what they're doing with the shooting they did a great job on the fighting in the first one, how they shot it. And apparently they're putting anime kind of stuff into the shooting of this next one, which I'm looking forward to see what that means.
I'm sorry, you said anime?
What the hell does that mean?
Anime style shooting of how they fight. They were inspired by how anime fights go. So I'm interested. I don't know what that means exactly, but
I'm going to pull a punch back and it's just going to turn into like one of those energy shots. Yeah.
And wait for those flashing lights in the background.
I can't
That'll
wait
be
for
interesting.
a 3-minute fight to take 3 hours.
Yeah, baby. That's
Will they be
rocking,
charging
dog.
at each other
Yeah,
for
they're gonna
like,
be in the
seems like
corners just
miles
charging.
and miles?
They're
The bell
gonna be
rings, they
like
come out of their corners, just
zoom
rushing.
in on their face, and they'll have a bunch of voiceover talking about their whole past life. And
Or like focus on their feet just running and you see the dust. Like
Right, and they're gonna be each running at each other for like 15 minutes, even though they're only like 20 feet apart.
Yeah. And then when one of them dies in the ring, their girlfriend will just look up and cry, and her tears will stream on like the McDonald's arch thing, like that, like you know. Or if one of them giggles with the
Do the with the leg
yeah,
blow
exactly.
come together.
Rob knows. Rob watches that hentai. Can I ask Tyler, can you explain Wood Watcher?
Mark put that. I don't know what it means.
I didn't put that. We were talking about Chippendales.
Oh, Chippendales.
Oh, the Rescue Rangers or the male dancers?
No, the male. Welcome to Chippendales is a show on Hulu, and it was really good. And the guy from The Last of Us is in that.
Which guy?
Not the one from that other show.
And Tyler was watching his Wood.
Yeah.
Was it entertaining? The Wood.
Yeah,
not the show.
it was a great show. I absolutely loved every second of it. Some seconds more than others.
Oh man, Rob all day yesterday just made me tuck.
Tuck.
What?
Rob, you're the dominant one?
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute, that came out wrong. I meant I watched his packing video.
Oh.
That's
I was about to borrow a line.
I still am
our man Tyler on the other end.
Rob with a packing video.
That's right. I packed it good.
X11 Bravo with the typo. Tyler's actually a meat grazer, not a gazer. Oh man. Hey everyone, let me tell you all about my wireless communication policy.
Well, let's hit you with the three
That's
big
what I'm
ones
working
here. All right, DJ. The topics of today have seemed to be LeBron James isn't quite good enough, but he's getting there. What was the other one? Last of Us episode 3 was fantastic, and DC made a lot of announcements, and everyone forgot about Wakanda.
You know what's funny? Somebody had to Biggie Shaq and I, we were going back and forth talking in DMs, and he was just like, "Yo, I'm gonna go watch Wakanda Forever on Disney Plus," and I was just like, "Holy shit, that came out!"
Exactly.
That's the point that I made here earlier. That we've seen this pattern, this trend. When stuff hits theaters, you get a big pop from people excited to see it, watching it, giving their thoughts on it, sharing books associated with it, and it dies down a little bit. But then when it releases at home in whatever form or fashion, you see that same thing happen again. People seeing it for the first time, people rewatching it, people sharing about books, this and that. Crickets on February 1st. Absolute crickets. None of that.
Yeah, usually instead of crickets, there should have been a panther. No, damn, like you totally lost me.
You lost
and repeat.
I liked the movie when I saw it. It's definitely like super flawed. Its backbone was the whole, Chadwick Boseman's untimely passing, and I don't think that was strong enough to carry the film. It was just weird because it was for me, it was such an anomaly because it was something that happened in real life, right? So are we really mourning the loss of T'Challa or Chadwick Boseman? Because had the actor just moved on from the role and they would have killed him, it wouldn't have had the same effect. So I think they leaned in heavily on the real suffering and the emotional toll that his passing had on people. But overall, like, I'm in no rush to watch it. Like I always watch them when they come out. I'm in no rush to watch that. I'll put that in the Black Widow category.
So this is weird. Like, so with the stuff that the movies that released, like with Spider-Man No Way Home, I bought it with the intentions of watching it, and I turned it on to watch it, and I didn't sit through it. Like, I got easily distracted and went and did other stuff, and I haven't gone back and rewatched it yet. I still like the movie. I still had a blast watching. I thought the fan service in No Way Home was like next level, but I'm still not running to rewatch it for some reason. I still get emotional at numerous parts just thinking about him in that movie. Multiverse of Madness, I fired that up to watch it, and the same thing happened, and I haven't gone back to watch it. Wakanda Forever, I fired up at work just to let it play and watch, and I think I made it like 30 minutes before like I had to pause it to do something and I didn't go back to it either. It's just I don't know what it is. It's just
I think the rewatchable factor is not there in this phase as it was in the early stuff, unfortunately. Because I love rewatching the hero stuff, but it's even I'm struggling. Like I'm easy to please.
I will say this:
I'm struggling.
I haven't rewatched any Phase 4 film, but I have watched Marcus's video of him dancing at least 122 times, which is the equivalent of watching.
Enjoy, guys. It's a revolution. I'm starting here. Everybody check out TM Nerdy today.
And don't forget our main man.
I think we're gonna see Tyler in some Tootsies action next. I think I'm hoping for.
Well, no, I told you.
I've had tons of those.
In his,
I mean, some like dad bod revolution.
His tool belt.
Action.
DJ Link's in his tool belt only, working on that in that room, putting up the shelves.
Yeah, DJ Links is too. He's too cool. He's not.
No, I'm gonna do the tool belt, but the only thing you're gonna see is the hammer. So
this is the first time I've seen Biggie not enjoy one of the more recent stuff. Typically, he finds he likes them, like the stuff even that the majority of people didn't like Thor. He's a big fan. He didn't care for Black Panther.
Biggie is low key a hipster. So if we all love X, Biggie's gonna hate it. If we hate Y, Biggie's gonna love it. So I appreciate that about Biggie Shaq. He just likes, throwing a monkey wrench into
the mix. Except for this.
Except for what?
Thank you, Beckerman. I appreciate you.
Except for this, he agrees with us.
Kind.
Yeah,
he
really
told
kind
me,
of you.
I see you right.
So Biggie is our Michael. I don't know if y'all keep up with the Bada Boom podcast, but they've been secretly keeping a contrarian locked away in a basement somewhere to pull out for a rainy day, and his name is Michael. And it's like Tyler hiding that lifelong best friend over on that secret channel he had. Bada Boom podcast had one as well. There's his name Michael, and they pull him out when they need a contrarian for the sake of a contrarian. That's Biggie. We love him.
Yeah, I'll pass on Michael. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck Michael is, but I didn't okay this guy.
The only Michael I approve is the Archangel.
Totally thought you were going to say Scott
from the Bible.
Yeah. I just love that Beckerman speedball. It's so good.
Oh, Remy.
Michael Scott, yeah. TM Nerdy, huh? Yeah. Music. What is music? Is that a typo?
Michael Jackson?
What?
Just other Michaels.
Oh, yeah. Michael Jackson's top 5 Michaels of all time.
Yeah. Michael Beckerman.
Jesus Christ, brother.
So what did you say? I'm sorry, Mark. Wakanda Forever. Even though I enjoyed it, I'm in no rush to go see it. The Last of Us. I thought the last episode of The Last of Us was possibly one of the best episodes of television I've ever seen, and I don't see that. Yeah, and I'm not saying that just for
a lot of people said that.
What happens is I will heartily take phenomenal acting, phenomenal writing, phenomenal cinematography, all that stuff over killing zombies any day. And I think they achieved that brilliantly. I fell in love with the characters. The deviation from the game, I really don't care about the deviation from the game. I played the game. I don't want to see the game in live action. So I appreciate
real quick to that point. We touched on that earlier because I like seeing everybody's like mixed responses from the people who enjoyed it and the video game television adaptation on HBO Gatekeepers, how they were so mad. I went and watched the cutscenes from this episode just to see what they were big mad about. And this episode literally accomplished the exact same thing as that part of the game, which was simply go to this survivalist and get a battery for a car so we can leave the survivalist onto the next part. And they literally did exactly that.
Yeah, A and B were exactly the same. I think in the game, Bill was just he was just a great character, and he was funny, and he was over the top, and he was brash and stuff like that. So I think people were expecting to see that. But then, like after watching the episode, I'm like, I saw that already. I'm happy to see his story fleshed out. In the game, you had all the his story, him talking about Frank when you went about like searching for stuff, you came across Frank's letters and little hints at their relationship together. I don't know. I thought it was dope, man. And I'm a sucker for love. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy a good love story.
I hope you find it one day.
Yeah. So I too understand that comic books are made with love, not paper and staples.
Yeah.
And that's I don't know. It hit me really hard, man. Because then I'm like, I'd like getting emotionally invested. If I was in either of their shoes, I would have been like, "Oh, like, what do you do?" And I always put myself and my wife in that position. It's just like, "Yo, like, what do we do? Like, how do we move on from that?" Especially like in that world, like if you lose your partner, there's nothing else. There's literally nothing else to live for.
Fucking Beckerman.
Oh shit! He posted that.
Yeah,
he posted it. Oh yeah, check the comments; they're pretty funny.
Time to block him.
Ross's comments my favorite so far.
What does it say?
I would have to go back and read it. Hold on, but it says something about him holding it.
I don't know why he's using a comic book slab. I think he could have used just a regular Pokemon card slab.
I also like Chaos in Comics. He just simply said, "I don't like this."
Just like, I wish Instagram had a thumbs down button.
Ross said, "Congrats! Looks so amazing, dude. Just to hold that in your hands is a big deal. The comic is nice too."
Oh no.
It's a revolution, guys. Hop on.
You did. You're a Renaissance man.
Hop on, guys.
Hop on the movement or on TM Nerdy?
All of it.
All of the above.
Oh shit.
I need Comic Journey to get on this trend, baby. What's up? Show it.
We talked a lot of movies today as well. DJ, how do you feel about this next M. Night Shyamalan movie that releases tonight starring Dave Bautista? That's not an original screenplay by him, but he's adapting an existing story.
I am excited to see that. The trailer is phenomenal. At first I'm like, damn, I want to see that, but it's M. Night Shyamalan. Because he has had a string of terrible things lately. And when I found out it wasn't an original story, I was just like, all right, we're gonna go see that. So more than likely I'm gonna go see it on Sunday.
Well, I'll be reviewing it tonight. Mini review on In the Mix when I get home.
Yeah, and I would say to Big E's point real quick, he did say, why I don't know why everyone is so excited about Gunn. It's not like he didn't flop with Suicide Squad already, which he didn't.
That movie didn't even have a chance to flop because of Rona.
Yeah, it released to limited theaters where most of them weren't even open, straight to home on HBO Max. Go check the reviews from critics and fans. Unanimously agreed they liked it. So that's not a financial.
Well, it didn't even matter. It just had no opportunity to do anything. It didn't flop or have nothing. It just exists. They released it in a dead spot.
For performance. Yeah. But to the point of that, it was well enough received that they're like, yo, we should give this guy more money and make Peacemaker. And enough said. Waller.
Everyone loves Peacemaker.
Yeah, Waller's next. Yeah. Everyone loves the Acclaimed.
Yeah, it's just funny. Like, how do you define a flop? Like, what's a flop?
If it doesn't make its money back at the theater is the most common definition. If the movie does not financially,
everyone just hates it, I guess.
Yeah, or if everyone hates it.
Yeah. No, I mean, if everyone hates it, I don't know. I think the commercial success is probably that, like the money in the theater. But Suicide Squad had no chance, man. No movie had any chance during fucking Corona.
Yeah, I like this. Talking about the second one, right?
I couldn't even see it where I live.
Warner Brothers did a very unique thing. Like Disney had their own ideas of trying to do stuff with these films that were in limbo while stuff was locked down. The whole industry was in this weird spot where they spent this money on these projects where the formula is to release it in theaters to get your money and then slow roll it through other things like digital release, physical release, and cap on it all those ways. They didn't have the option for theater, so they didn't know what to do. So the route that Warner Brothers decided to go, they took their entire year slate of films and used it as they called it a loss. All of these are a financial loss. We can't recoup it. So just use it to try to send people over to our streaming platform. We'll release them all day of release on HBO Max. And they did that with Matrix, Godzilla versus Kong, Suicide Squad. I'm talking big budget movies. Like Matrix, there you go, DJ. That's a flop.
Oh yeah, Matrix would have. Yeah, and I saw that in theaters, and I immediately went home and poured bleach in my eyes.
What's up, Chris?
Yeah.
Going on, guys? How you doing?
Doing
I
good.
still haven't
Doing
finished
good.
The Matrix, but I have a feeling that I'll still like it because I like part 2 and 3 also. So
No,
I enjoyed it. It was I completely understand. Like it wasn't a good movie, but me and the wife enjoyed it. It was so rough.
You enjoyed Matrix Resurrections.
Like I think it was a bad movie. Like I have no delusions, but me and my wife sat down for movie night and watched it. And the you know what I'm saying? Like when the time that you spend doing, like when you go watch a bad movie with your kid and you just feed off their energy.
Gotcha.
Kind of thing.
So-
It was
I mean,
one
bad
of
movies
those.
could
Like,
be fun. I have like a 20.
exactly.
I have a 20
Ross.
comment back and forth with John comments
Hey,
with
Rob.
kids earlier how much I like Die Hard 2, 3, 4, and 5. So he's
Yeah, I like all of those as well.
3 and 4
yeah, he
are
wasn't
amazing.
accept. Yeah, he didn't. Well, yeah, they're all. I mean, I think they're all pretty bad, even the first one, but I love them all. I don't think they're all that different from each other.
No, The Matrix Resurrections is possibly one of the worst movies I've ever seen in the history of my eyes.
Yeah, it's super bad. But man, me and my wife were just so into it. We were just having, it was just the perfect time to be watching that movie. We're at the perfect place and time. The experience made it enjoyable. Again, I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying it was enjoyable for us to watch.
So what
I mean,
I'm hearing is
does it turn to a romantic comedy or does he kick people?
Both.
he pushes stuff and stops bullets. That's it.
Yeah, he
But
pushes some things.
To interpret what you just said, Mark, you're like, oh, me and my wife watched it. So I'm guessing you put it on and got tired of it and just got down to business. That's what I take.
No, we watched.
Turned to
the
Dirty
movie.
Dancing.
Yeah, except she's of
weird.
legal age. I'm not a teacher
Well,
anyways.
Kansas.
Shit.
Kansas.
I'm out.
Shout out to Bert.
What?
Shout out to Marcus.
Ad Astra per Aspera.
What is going on, CJ? How are you today?
That will be a no, Journey. Sorry.
Lady Fantastic says she watched Matrix, likes them all, but the last one was a little weak. I understand why they did it the way they did.
Yeah, no, I love the Matrix. The first one is probably one of my top 3, sci-fi movies of all time.
Oh,
I
it's so good.
heavily enjoyed part 2 as well. I think that car chase is one of the greatest car chase scenes ever. Part 3 was but I still enjoyed it. I think this one deviated so much, and it also bastard, whatever that word is, on the whole first trilogy when it was just like, all right, yeah, it was just terrible, man.
Matrix is one of those ones that you can.
Matrix Resurrections is the comic journey of the Matrix movies.
God, it's not that bad.
Yeah, you're right. I apologize, Matrix movies.
Hearing that you actually did like 2 and 3 makes it
Loved it.
a little bit. Yeah, it makes it a little bit different because most people hate 2 and 3, and I'm like, I like 2 and 3. I might like Resurrections. I just forgot to watch it. So
Dude, it's like if they say, you know what, fuck all this stuff. We're just gonna. It was so meta. So I think
reset.
They were like,
yeah,
reset is.
I mean,
not
you could
even
do
it.
that.
It was
Dude,
terrible.
Just like Terminator can do that, right? You could just keep resetting over and over again. You could be in infinite matrices.
No, but this one.
No,
was
the
just,
first Matrix wasn't even. What was it like? They were on version number 5 already. He was like way more than that.
This is the 5th version.
Yeah, like there's been numerous Neos that stood right there talking to the architect.
No, they were Matrix 1. They were in the 6th version. They destroyed Zion 5 times, so they were in the 6th version, and we have become exceptionally quite well at it.
Animatrix was awesome. I don't think that gets enough talk right now. Yeah, people
Chris,
forgot
did
about it.
Did you ever watch Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within?
Yeah, I watched it in the theater, and I was like, I remember when it came out. So when was that? 2003.
Pronounced theater.
Yeah, no theater.
But that movie was fantastic. It has nothing to do with the video games, from my understanding. I never played them, so I don't really know. But just
Well, all the video games don't have anything to do with the video games because they're each
right,
one
perfect.
very different. Yeah.
So like the movie was just like it's just a sci-fi movie, and if you watch the Animatrix and you watch Final Fantasy Spirits Within, you'll see where they use the same models.
Ah,
like that one story in Animatrix, it's the CG animated lifelike stuff. They use some of the same people models. It's like having the reoccurring actors in those two properties. It's pretty cool.
I saw the Spirit Within. I saw the Spirit Within. I was literally in the theater by myself. I saw it like on a Tuesday at like 12:30 in the afternoon before
I
work.
love that movie, dude.
I don't remember shit. I remember it looking beautiful, but I can't tell you anything about it.
I'm same with you. I don't remember. I remember sort of liking it, understanding why it wasn't gonna, be everyone's favorite, but liking it, and then so I got to put it back on.
The war, the people and the aliens, and like pretty much the ghosts of the aliens that were kind of like dicked over still haunt the planet and take people out in a never-ending battle. And it was up to that main girl to kind of find peace with Gaia. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could have been talking about any Final Fantasy right there. I'd have been like, oh, because they're like 80.
I've never seen any of them, man. I didn't even watch the second movie they did because it looked like an anime. I'm like, why is that dude sword 15 feet long? I'm out.
Well, like almost every Final Fantasy has nothing to do. There's actually been a sequel of a couple, but almost every Final Fantasy has nothing to do with each other. But it's like 80 hours of like intricate story and all new characters and stuff like that. So
the sequels don't come till after 10, right? I'm not aware of a sequel. It must come after.
There's
10.
like isn't there a 10 part 2?
Probably because I stopped playing at 10. I didn't finish 10.
This is the only one you need to watch. This one right here. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah, I've got that.
I stopped.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it.
Final Fantasy when they went to like 3 discs, I guess, for the PlayStation 1. I was just like, yeah, I'm not playing 3 discs.
That's extra.
Yeah, and then I got stuck. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was saying I got stuck at a point where I had like no XP or whatever, and then it was like saved there. So when I got on, I would just die at one hit.
Yeah, that was the worst about RPGs from the 90s. I stopped playing when my brothers got better than me. And when they got better than me, I just quit playing video games.
Yeah, my brothers and I have 3 brothers, and we had a falling out because of that. So when I was able to properly beat them at Mortal Kombat 2 using Jax, my favorite character, they kind of like disowned me, and we haven't spoken since. And this was about what, 96?
Dang.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Acting. Oh shit.
X-Men versus Capcom didn't even bring you guys back together.
I stopped playing arcades. I remember going to we were somewhere, there was an arcade in the street, and I was like, oh shit, Mortal Kombat 3. Mortal Kombat 2 is my favorite game of all time. So this is the first time I played Mortal Kombat 3, and once they introduced those mega combos, I gave up on arcade games. Like literally since then, I can't play any fighting game that has like, come on, man, 98 hit combos. Like, yo, get out of here.
Yeah, people got good at those.
Yeah. And then God forbid you go to play the arcade and there's like some little Asian kid there playing. It's like, oh shit, I'm gonna get waxed.
Yeah. And where the fuck you get all these quarters? I got like 2 quarters, and then some kids are just sitting there with all these quarters on the screen.
Yeah. F them kids with their quarters. Sons of bitches. Okay.
Is it quiet time?
It's
I was on the phone with my wife. She's out shoe shopping. She had to call me like, hey, these shoes cost this much. I'm like, cool, get them. You can't let them hear the cringe in your voice, though. You know what I mean?
Yo, TM sent me, I guess he heard what I said about the music. What's music? Because I literally glanced at this photo. I'm not studying it to make sure you spelled music right, sir. He sent me a close-up that it says music.
It definitely says music in the other one.
Yeah, it could have said whatever on it. And I was just like, okay, fine. Like,
music makes you lose control, clearly.
Yeah.
Hey, can we just say that nudity thing was really funny? We all, everyone got their laughs, and now we don't. It doesn't have to appear on my feed anymore. Is that cool? Or
We've
You're
accomplished
welcome,
our goal. We
buddy.
can stop now.
yeah, is that okay?
You're welcome. Everyone is welcome.
Music makes the bourgeoisie and the rebel.
Don't put that in my head, you fucker.
Everyone's invited, no dudes. Boom, chicka, chicka,
Oh, man.
boom. Chaos, did you watch Black Panther?
Yeah, I loved it. I've heard you whine about it. I'm like, I'm gonna just talk to Mark about DC now.
No,
Done.
I don't.
I'm
I
done
didn't
with
like. I
this
said, I
guy.
didn't think it was bad. I just don't think it was up to per with the rest
Oh,
of the Phase 4 stuff. I just don't think it was really up to snuff.
Oh, I think it was probably one of the better pieces of Phase 4 because Phase 4 hasn't. Phase 4 is finding itself right now, but
Oh, is it?
I
Now
loved
that
it.
it's over? Phase 4
It's
is
over,
done.
isn't it?
There is no more Phase 4. It never found itself.
Is this
Well, I
Ant-Man's
meant
the last one?
I meant
right?
like MCU afterwards. I remember people that were reading Ninja Turtles after issue 100 or whatever, after like the whole point of the whole series. They were sticking with it, but they were annoyed with that 20 issues, and I think that's sort of what the MCU is doing. But I like, I still like what they've done. I like
Big
Phase 4
Mike,
fine.
you send them to Justin Comics on Instagram. He at least he would be able to give you a better answer. He cleans comics. I would check the link in the description and follow him on Instagram and just give him a DM. He'd be happy to talk with you about it and see if there's anything he can do to help or give you some ideas.
Be careful with that mold; it could turn into a cordyceps.
I don't think I'll be on in the mix tonight. Actually, now I think about it.
I just remembered a point that I wanted to make earlier. Do you guys consider M. Night Shyamalan the Rob Liefeld of movies?
That's good.
Oh, I like them both.
Marcus, what say you?
Well, what I think is that yes, right? Yes.
You can give definitive yeses after all.
Yes. So, like, think about it. Whenever you see a Rob Liefeld book, everyone always complains about it, but you know exactly what you're going to get going in. So I don't understand why you're surprised.
Money. Yeah, and it still makes money somehow.
And same thing with M. Night Shyamalan, right? Like, everyone complains, but you know exactly what you're going to get going in. So I don't know.
Yeah, I enjoy his stuff because, like, I think you don't know what you're going to get going in to a large degree.
What were his bad movies? Someone run those by me again. Because I like this one on the island that just came out.
Anything not called Sixth Sense or Signs.
I enjoyed Old. So he did Signs, he did Sixth Sense, he did The Happening.
Old, the middle, like
was The Village? Was that him?
Yeah, The Village.
Yeah, that was
all those were cool.
Lady in
the
the
Village,
Water,
I just
think,
knew
was
what
the
was
one he
happening.
lost
I knew it was
everyone.
bullshit.
Yeah, Lady in the Water is where he lost everyone. I think a lot of people were kind of upset at the turn in The Village because I remember seeing that in theaters with like a big group of friends, and everyone walked out going, "Wait, what?
What the fuck was that?"
But I mean, that they gave that twist up early in the movie when the guy says dumpster, like 10 minutes in. He was like, "Yeah, we found."
Oh, I didn't hear that. Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't hear that. I told my
I-
wife this bitch is gonna jump over a wall and go to a 7-Eleven. I said that at the beginning, and then like it turned out real. I was like, oh, I ruined that movie. I don't know if I ruined the movie for her, but I got to rewatch it for that dumpster line. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, they say it. I mean, maybe not 10 minutes in, but they say it early on that they was just like, I guess like he was arguing with the girl or something. I don't remember. But then he was just like, "We found you by the dumpster and took you in, and whatever. Now go reap the oats or some shit. I don't know."
And she wasn't like, "What's a dumpster?"
Yeah.
What is the what's the one girl that you just said, Mark? I don't think I've seen that one. That's the one that lost people.
Lady in the Water is that one. He lost people big time because M. Night Shyamalan is a storyteller. Like he writes these movies and everything like that. So he made a movie that the whole plot of the movie is storytelling and the different tropes of storytelling and the different stereotypes in it and stuff like that, and the parts characters play in storytelling. And I thought it was really interesting. It's definitely weird. It's definitely not for most people, but it's pretty cool.
It's like a kids movie, right?
I don't think you'd find a kid on the planet that could sit through that movie but without being bored.
But that was his goal.
It's a fairy tale. It's like
that was his goal when he made it. He said it in interviews.
Yeah, I don't see anything about that would be.
So I listen and read to the weird stuff. So I've always liked it.
I don't either, but that's what it's supposed to be.
Last Airbender was another one that he just made. He upset fans with. I think that was just a great movie that people can't separate from the IP.
Justin, so when you asked that question, was
That's
it
weird how people can't do the?
I know, that's why I'm laughing.
Okay, as long as you see it too.
But you know what? But you know what's funny is I get why everyone's mad, and I point that out. I'm the only person on the planet that likes that movie because I had no clue.
I feel that way about Speed Racer that everyone hated.
Oh, I love.
I was like, man, I need to do drugs. I don't do drugs, but I need to do some drugs and watch this.
But that's a fun movie with that.
That fact is true for Marvel movies as well as Avatar and DC. All movies, the majority of the people watching them don't give a shit about the canon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I said about the most recent Power Rangers movie. That movie was awesome. Not as a Power Rangers movie, but as a movie. Loved it.
You lost me at Power Rangers.
Love that movie.
I haven't watched it since
the character stuff in that movie is deeper than like most movies.
Was Trini in it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, fuck that movie.
Don't worry, it wasn't the original actress.
No.
Well,
she died.
She's dead.
Yeah, she wouldn't have done very good.
She wouldn't respond to their invitation.
She wouldn't have done very good. Shut up, Tyler.
Ben Compton said Glass and Split. Split was amazing. Glass was fucking awful.
Unbreakable is
Unbreakable.
I only ever saw Unbreakable. I never saw the other two.
I like Unbreakable. I didn't see the other two.
Split.
I like the one with.
I like
I like the one with the. What was the last one? I like.
Some of these I didn't realize they were him.
Glass was terrible.
No, that wasn't the last one.
That was the last one in that trilogy that he did. But the last movie he did
Unbreakable, Split, and Glass.
It was the one where the dude had the split personalities. That was the one.
That's Split.
With James.
Split. Okay, I couldn't think of the name of it.
That was good.
The split personalities.
Yeah, isn't it called Personalities? So basically, Mark likes every single movie except Wakanda Forever.
No, I just enjoy him like Shyamalan movies, dude. The Happening I thought was awesome.
I didn't see that one.
Really?
Mark Wahlberg. What's happening?
That was terrible, my guy.
A lot of them are just one watches, because like once you get like the twist, I mean that sometimes most of the time they don't really like land in a lasting way. But going through The Happening for the first time, not knowing what's causing all this and seeing this carnage, you're just like, dude, I want to know. I want to know. You sit there watching it, wanting, and that's kind of the goal of it.
Yeah, Austin, he did Signs.
He did Signs, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
Austin LeMay in the motherfucking house.
Mm-hmm.
Going back and watching, like for me, Sixth Sense is like a once a year watch, and I think it gets too much praise for just the twist, but it is a phenomenal movie, man. Like all across the board,
all the details, the use of the color red. Whenever you see red in that movie, there's a ghost in the room. There's a ghost present. Stuff like that.
Which movie?
I thought somebody just had their monthly.
Like the red balloon going up to the attic where the kid gets stuck. The Harry's doorknob to his office is red. Like it's a very, very well written, put together movie.
Is Alan going to go look for somebody that jumped bail?
Strangely enough, he's doing inspections and just had a gun pulled on him.
It wasn't pulled on me. It wasn't pulled on me. He just had it when he answered the door, and I kind of I grinned and laughed at him and said, "Okay, you must not have known we were coming." And so yeah, he didn't know. It's all good. He put it down on the table, and we had a great conversation about it.
Did you pass him?
Yeah, he passed.
Yeah, because he knew you were coming.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Did you go
he
in?
passed.
Yeah, he passed.
He didn't even go in the house. He just passed him.
Yeah.
No, I
He
didn't
passed. He
even-
passed his house.
Yeah.
You got an A, and like throws the letter out the window. Oh shit! See, I agree with Remy Q. The happening twist? There is no twist. That's what's happening. It's dumb. I agree, Remy Q Studios.
Oh Jesus!
I have a feeling people will be disappointed in Human Target when there's no twist in issue 12.
Oh, we got the twist already.
I don't think it was much of a twist. I think it wasn't a twist. I think that the entire point of that was there was no twist.
Yeah,
Like-
I saw your reel on it, and I agree.
Yeah, I think it was just I think he was solving a mystery, but it wasn't a mystery book. If that makes any sense, like there was nothing for us to solve.
Yeah, we're just following him to it. And to be honest with you,
Yeah.
like if you read any of his stuff, it's kind of like we call it like in book 2, really. You know, like when you see that relationship forming between him and Ice, you're like, it's like one of those keep your friends closer, enemies closer scenario. But just getting the moment, the reveal of the why and the checklist of how they went about that was fantastic.
I thought Strange Adventures had more of a twist, and some people really hate that book. But I don't know that the people that hated it got to issue 11.
Yeah,
10,
I
11
love
and
the
said,
I love the twist in Strange
Bro,
Adventures.
when you see a couple of twists, you get to see like the whole perspective thing is played with heavily in that. Like what people are like, oh, he's a war criminal. No, he literally saved an entire planet and a species of people.
Well, it's
like,
a hard, it's a hard choice.
Yeah.
And no one will put Superman in that position, right? Because
Nope.
Superman always does good. But like that choice was a manner in Strange Adventures where you need to make one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They're both bad. It's almost like the end of Watchmen, right? They're both bad choices.
And what's funny is like them having that opinion of him as the events, like the way that it was structured, you're getting the reveal of what he did while they're now dealing with an invasion as well. And then on top of that, like the deal he made,
Yeah. I can understand people not liking the structure. A lot of Tom King went through like 6 books where he was just like being a crackhead with the way time worked and stuff, which I loved, but I get how people would, that's off-putting. I get it.
As a card-carrying member of the crackhead community, I am thoroughly offended, sir.
Yeah.
I don't like
I do think Strange Adventures would make a better movie than it did a 12-issue series, though, because I just think it was way too extended.
I don't know if you read it. I don't know if you I'll reread it. At the beginning, like I read Vision and Mr. Miracle. I actually did read Mr. Miracle on issue. So I read Vision as a trade. And everyone says you got to read Tom King in trade, but no one really does, to be honest. Everyone I know that reads Tom King buys it monthly.
I don't wait.
So I think I wonder how Strange Adventures will read, because sometimes I was lost in Strange Adventures because I wait a month. It'd be a month between them, or I had two issues would build up.
That's how I read it.
Yeah. So I wonder if I've just read all 12 like pretty quick, like within a week or whatever, how it would read too. So
I don't think that's a good excuse, because you need to give a single issue comic that's coming out in single issues. That issue still needs to be good.
I don't think it needs to be. I disagree with that.
Then why don't we just put it out in trade?
Because it doesn't sell. Like people get stuck.
Okay.
Mark Russell, bearded.
I just think it's stupid.
Yeah, well, number one, I think that they were good single issues. Just because I couldn't remember what happened, isn't that mean? Like I'm supposed to exactly remember every beat.
Yeah.
But number two,
I like the single issues as well. I just don't think some had anything to say other than like we need to extend this to 12 issues.
But sometimes he's working in style. But number two, I also think that this period when they're coming out is the only time they're going to be read in single issues. Going forward, it's going to be forever. It's going to be forever read as a trade.
Forever.
And see, that's one of my draws. Like, and again, this is clearly a controversial writer that hits for people and misses for others. And like that's like it just hits for me. Like the way that he writes, you don't see his style all over your new release rack. Like you go and you see carbon copies of the same formula then there's a Tom King, or then there's another writer that's kind of doing things a little differently. I love that option, and when you get it, that's a style book. So you wait till you're in the mood for that read. I typically save his book, whether it be Danger Street, Strange Adventures, whatever. I tend to put those at the back end of my reading pile because I'll burn through everything else. Then I'm like, man, I wish I had more books. But then you have like Tom King's book or something like Starhenge that you can sit and spend time in that book, and that there's all kinds of context embedded in it that's going to get referenced later, that plays heavily into something later that you're not even supposed to be noticing yet. So I'm reading it completely different than something else. And I feel like by the end of it, it all matters. Every bit of it, the little nuances with the characters, it's just a different level of storytelling.
And then I think also what Tyler's saying too is I think, sometimes it's not all plot heavy. Like sometimes he's letting the artist sort of work, like setting a stage. Like there are issues that are that are very slow and very stylistic, and the plot doesn't move forward that much. But he's not writing a TV script, you know what I mean? And I could tell people hate this, but I could tell that he's basically he's either an Alan Moore clone if you want to like be mean about it, or he's a heavily inspired by Alan Moore if you don't.
One of my favorite issues of Strange Adventures was probably one of the most low-key ones when Mr. Terrific goes to Rand. You don't get hardly any plot development whatsoever, but you get a couple of really nuanced moments, like when he's sitting there with the chief scientist of Rand, and they're trying to sit there and understand the motives of the Pict. And Mr. Terrific looks at it for just a minute, then starts reading it out loud to him. Like that whole book, all it did, though, if its only purpose was to show you how much of an intellectual badass this guy who's on this case actually is, and why he was called in over Batman, it served its purpose.
And built his character.
That was one of my favorite issues.
That one panel.
Some people didn't. Some people complained about it the way that you complain. I think the previous issue was a little bit light too.
Well, I love that issue because it was like, no one can read this language. He's like, oh, I can. And just he's like, and I know your whole history now. Thank you. See ya.
Bye. Yeah. Mr. Terrific was awesome in that. And I love how it's not even his book, but he was an important enough character to Tom King to actually touch on the loss of his wife and child, and how they kind of humanized him in the way they did it. And I know it split people different ways as well, because like he loves his wife and kid, and he misses his wife and kid, but he was honest enough as a character, like in that level of intellect, like there's really no time for dishonesty even with yourself. And he talked about how like he'd be a liar if he said there weren't times when he's glad they're gone, not because he doesn't love them or miss them, and how hard of a thing that was for him to like say and stuff. Like that was interesting direction to take with that character. Like a real, I don't know, it just felt really raw. There's some really great moments in that book.
F that book.
Do you like any Tom? DJ, do you like any Tom King? Did you like Vision?
Do not write on the couch.
You know what's funny? I'm more of a character guy, so I can't even tell you who writes what. If I'm gonna be honest. So I'm not.
I mean, he's a character writer though. Like he's more a character writer than any like people think there are these intricate plots happening, but he's more like put this character you love in a terrible situation, and that's what drives a lot of people angry. But
like I couldn't tell you other than Batman and Catwoman.
That's probably the heaviest one that he's ever done.
Yeah, the Batman Catwoman holiday special was on my top list.
Of the year. Yeah.
The story that book was pretty good too, but the holiday special was especially good.
Yeah.
Did you read Mr. Miracle, DJ?
No.
Dude, just go read that.
Yeah. Luckily, about halfway.
Ladies and gentlemen, peace out. I'm gonna go read Mr. Miracle.
I think you shouldn't read
the second issue. I was
Which
like,
one would you recommend?
What?
Go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, about halfway into the second issue, I realized that they were giving us all this alien stuff that meant absolutely nothing. And I was like, okay, so this is just a family story. And the rest of the time, like, I enjoyed it. I mean, I already enjoyed it, but I enjoyed it immensely because of that.
The alien stuff is the story within the story.
Yeah. Such
That's when
good
I knew I was
shit.
reading something weird, when there was this whole 9-panel, 30 pages or whatever it was, 9-panel fight scenes, and they were talking about feng shui.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
entire episode was a fight scene, but they were just talking about how to like put their apartment
see,
together.
Again, that's one of the cool things about him too. When you're talking about how he's a character writer, he takes these characters and he takes their known little attributes and he'll grab one and he'll run it to its conclusion. Like with Guy Gardner and Human Target, everyone knows he's a jerk. Everyone knows he's a dickbag. But then people are mad, like the detractors are mad about how he writes Guy in Human Target, but he writes him perfectly. Now, if you go to Mr. Miracle, he's an escape artist. He's the only person to escape from apocalypse. He can escape from anything. What's the ultimate thing that nobody can escape from? Death. What a simple idea. Let's take that and let's run with it. Like, I'm like, dude, that's so smart.
And Batman kills babies.
I would still tell people Vision or maybe Supergirl would be a good starting one.
Oh God,
I need to read
Supergirl.
Supergirl, especially after that announcement. I have to read.
That's actually next on my list. So I had bought Watchmen and World of Tomorrow, Supergirl, whatever it's called, and
Woman of Tomorrow.
Woman of Tomorrow. Yeah, that's next on my list.
Oh,
And that's a big step. But
Heroes.
that's a big step for me to buy a Supergirl book because I am a misogynist.
Yeah, I mean, we all were, and then he wrote Supergirl and sort of changed her mind. It turns out,
Jesus Christ.
turns out he's True Grit.
That was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I hate Heroes in Crisis. I love the first 2 issues of it though. But
I love Heroes in Crisis.
I just think he forgot that it had to end.
Tyler, I think you need patience. Maybe there's a pill for you.
I read the whole thing, man. What do I need to be patient for? I disliked the ending. It wasn't about patience. It's about not liking it.
I mean, there's a common thread here, though. This is taking too long.
No. I thought the issues that told us the least were the best of the Heroes in Crisis. Like where we just got backstory on what was that one character? Was it like Firefly?
I love all the caveman issues.
That shit was so good.
I like the caveman issues. I like Superman.
I almost just didn't want it to end. The end was the thing I hated.
What was this, Tyler?
Heroes in Crisis. Was that his name? Firefly? In like issue 2 where you see him get blown apart.
Spoiler alert. I was just about to read that.
Well, it's only issue 2.
Everyone
Tyler goes on way too
dies
long
in
after
issue
that.
1, so
everyone knows issue 2 is the greatest issue in any run, and you just ruined it for me, Tyler. Fucking
I'm not sure.
watching.
What did everyone hate about
got
Heroes in Crisis? It's what he did to Wally. Wasn't that everyone's complaint and only complaint?
Wally.
Well, that was the complaint.
That
But
was
people are
long.
already mad at Batman. So yeah, what he did to Wally. But I mean, the style in there made people mad. Like a lot of Tom King style makes people mad, or doesn't,
Well,
or in
again-
Tyler's case, it makes them not like it.
What the whole thing with him taking a character and then running him to their conclusion. I love that he did that with Wally, because at that time in comics, Wally is the only character from the previous universe. He lost his wife, he lost his kids, he lost everything he knows and loves, and every other writer would just be like, yeah, he's cool, just have him run.
Act
King
2.
says, Tom King says
Keep him
no.
Act 2.
That would crush an individual. That would absolutely break him down. And Wally did nothing malicious. And I think that Wally, when you see these people all the time say Wally wouldn't kill anybody. Well, he didn't. Wally didn't kill a single person. Wally did not murder nobody. He had a mental breakdown and an explosion occurred, more or less. And an explosion, there was collateral damage. Like, he didn't kill no one.
Also, it's comics. If you want to rewrite him so that he's more of a superhero, they did that in Flash Forward, I'm told. I haven't read Flash Forward, but I'm told that
the whole story of Flash Forward is Tempest Fugit, who's like a celestial being, kind of like the Watcher, comes to Wally, who's almost like in a self-imposed prison, like just mourning, and he takes Wally out, and they go through a journey of redemption. It's fantastic.
And so good. And you do that to Wally, and now you don't have to worry about him being,
Now you've
Drunk
addressed
Iron
it
Man.
all. There's the complete story. The whole arc is complete and addressed.
It's comics, they're all going to go back to, they're all going to go back to Gotham City, even if you destroy it. So,
Yeah, and they do take a long time to get to the point, but I talk about it here on the reviews all the time. Like, if he's doing a 12-issue series, like 10 or 11, that's the book. That's the book where the story is going to pop. That not the whole thing, but that's when you're going to get your twist, your reveal, your turn, your prestige, and that's something that you look forward to as you read it. And if you read a few of them, you're like I said, you're watching the panels, you're trying to piece it together yourself. Like you get to play detective inside of his books.
Oh, the other book I would recommend for a beginner, if you didn't want a superhero book, is the Iraq one.
Ooh.
The Vertigo book. What he did a Vertigo book that's not a superhero book. I forget what it's called.
What was that? Number 9.
I want to say Blue Monday Murders, but that's Hickman.
They didn't retcon and flash forward one bit. Those events.
Black Monday Murders.
Or Black
Did
Monday
that
Murders.
one, Mark?
What issue number is that?
No, is that Tom King?
9?
No, it's not. That's Hickman.
That's Hickman. Yeah. What is
Probably way too much anyway.
It's the best Hickman book in my opinion. Is Black Monday Murders.
What is the but what's the Tom King book I'm thinking of?
No, I do not have number 9. Is that graded? I don't buy graded.
Let me think.
Oh yeah, it's a 6.0.
Oh yeah, I don't pick up plastic on those.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Got to be raw.
Because that'd be your price would probably be about 350, 400 roughly.
Hell no.
Yeah, that's
for single digits, I won't pay more than 100, and a lot less for most of the other ones.
That's right. I just spotted it and went, "Oh, I'll ask."
Yeah.
I will politely disagree and say that
the Red Power Murders.
So what, JB?
I will politely disagree or rightfully disagree and say that Hickman's best thing is Manhattan Projects.
You don't have to respect that.
Can you disrespectfully disagree? I'd like to see that.
Yeah, let's get the version of you disrespectfully.
Yeah, can you use more curse words? I didn't finish Manhattan Projects, but I do like it.
Hot tiles for sale.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Justin Birch about to disrespectfully disagree with our opinions here.
Can you do it in a rap version?
Okay, ready?
Like
this
a-
is me
like a beef?
respectfully disagreeing.
Can you respectfully pick those all up?
I could, but they're all the way over there.
Is there a Kingdom Come trade paperback in there?
What?
Yeah, was that just random, or is that actually stuff that you hate?
Oh no, it's just I have a pile of stuff sitting here that you can't see.
And you just threw it on the floor?
I did for the bit.
For the bit.
Oh, okay.
Can you show us what books didn't make the cut and were able to be thrown on the floor?
I like your commitment, sir. I'll take 2 hot toys.
Stillwater trade there.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That
show us
book's
what you threw
slowing
on the
down.
floor.
Bunch of
Stillwater's good.
yeah, a random issue of We Only Find Them When They're Dead.
Oh, I love that.
It's an okay book.
Throw that back on the floor.
Yeah.
Ooh. An issue of Something Is Killing the Children.
Yeah.
That's right. That book sucks.
Oh,
That one's all right.
Kilchella was awesome.
There were some birthday cards in there. A
Happy
Kickstarter
birthday.
book called Side Quest.
Happy birthday.
Side quest, is that about like a person's mistress?
I don't know. I haven't read it.
Two Bros is in the building. That's got to be Dustin. Got to be Dustin.
Well, I gotta get off and look up this Tom King book. I can't.
Yeah, I can't find it.
It's gonna be like the 4th book he ever wrote.
He has a vast repertoire.
You want me to look it up real
It's gonna
quick?
be like Omega Man, Vision, and then this Vertigo book, or maybe the Vertigo book comes before Vision.
Vision is 2016.
Yeah.
Esteban with the fantastic
Is
compilation.
it Sheriff of Babylon?
Yes, Sheriff of Babylon. Thank God. Yeah, that one's
Stillwater.
another good book to start with.
Stillwater wasn't still when it was falling to the floor.
Did you get to that, Mark?
That was funny.
I have not read that.
Still what?
Still these nuts.
Stillwater is slowing down for me in a bad way.
I've only read 2 volumes, So is the third one out yet?
And then he did he do
and
Time War?
no, the third trade isn't out yet. No.
Mark, I think everyone's done talking about Tom King, so we're just gonna have to go into our own chat.
Just talk over him. It's fine.
God, do I have to go to work?
That's unfortunate.
I'm
here early.
So how about that local sports team?
I did not know that Sean Payton was hired by the Broncos.
He was traded, right?
That official?
Comic
Yeah, he got traded for like a first and second round pick. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, so the Broncos have learned nothing about trading first round picks.
I have to double check on it, but I'm
Yeah, that can't be true.
90% sure he got traded.
That can't be true. There's no. I mean,
I can't confirm it because I'm not a fan of the NFL, or I would know. Let me look.
Oh,
No, he got traded for a first round and a conditional second round.
that's
There
crazy.
you-
That's
look
the
at
stupidest thing
that.
I've ever seen.
What's the
That's the dumbest
when
thing
I
I've ever
heard it, I
heard.
thought it was crazy.
what's the condition? No, like seriously, like does it turn into a first round pick if they make the playoffs or something? Like,
But yeah, it usually has something to do with
Probably
that.
something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, the Hackett was he was a horrible coach, and he did not fit well. He did not fit well with Russell Wilson. I think that was half the problem.
No.
The other half of the problem was Russell Wilson thought he was better than what he actually is.
Yeah, that was 98% of the problem is Russell Wilson. Obviously, if he won Super Bowls in Seattle and then soured with Pete Carroll, the two people are problems that we all thought were good are Kawhi Leonard and Russell Wilson. Because if you fuck up with Pete Carroll and then you decide you don't like the way you're being treated in San Antonio with probably the premier players coach, you know what I mean? You're probably the problem. So Hackett was a first-time coach, and I'm sure there would have been mistakes.
I like Kawhi Leonard. I went to school with him.
I like him too. I liked him.
so someone explained to me why they had to trade draft picks to get him. Is it because he was still technically under contract with New Orleans?
Yes.
I think so.
Apparently, yeah, that was it.
He was still under contract.
Same thing with Doc Rivers and to the Clippers.
So
Yeah.
I'm just thinking out loud because I want to understand this process. It's because he retired, correct?
No,
Yeah.
he didn't retire.
Oh,
He stepped away. He stepped away from coaching, is what the terminology was.
So because that was his decision and not the team's decision, that's why the trade had to take
They
place.
still technically owned the rights to him,
yeah.
To his
to his contract.
Man, the fact
This is why Barry Sanders never came back, because he was under contract and he was like, I'm not playing here. And then it just sort of.
Yeah.
That's not Barry Sanders. There's another running back that did that and then just stopped. Barry Sanders just quit early. But I can't remember who it was.
Williams?
Le'Veon Bell.
No, Le'Veon Bell kept playing and sucked.
Yeah, he kept playing and he sucked. But
No, the wide receiver for Megatron did that. They wouldn't trade him.
Calvin Johnson. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and he's like, well, I just won't play then. And then it just stayed that way.
Yep.
Me either, Esteban. Me either.
I find it interesting that the NFL is the only league where you can trade coaches.
No, Doc Rivers got
NBA.
traded.
I just said Doc Rivers. Like
Sorry,
a minute ago.
I don't follow basketball. That's my bad. I apologize.
and pro lacrosse. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know shit about that.
Yeah, everybody knows about pro lacrosse.
I'm getting targeted ads for pro lacrosse right now, so I'm like, oh, Vegas has a team. Cool.
Because you have that pro lacrosse physique.
Yeah, white guy.
That too.
Biggie,
All
good
right.
morning.
I'm done talking sports now. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, did Tom King do the new Doomsday Clock?
No,
No.
No,
Who
Jeff,
did that?
he did Rorschach as far as his Watchmen related thing.
yeah, Jeff Johns did Doomsday.
Oh, Jeff Johns. I don't like all the bullshit reading that much, but I do read some shit. a lot of that obscure bullshit, that shit ain't worth reading anyway. Every time I get recommended something, like I'll hear people say Kingdom Come's the best fucking Superman book, and I gave it a
Is that
shot.
All-Star
you know.
Superman?
I don't think it's the best Superman book. It's not. It's just one of the best comic stories.
Like Run.
It's
No,
just
I'm gonna
4
order
issues.
from-
It's very self-contained. You know what I mean? Kingdom Come isn't necessarily a Superman story. I mean, he plays a big part in it, but it's a.
I don't feel like it has anything to do with fucking Superman at
It has
all.
a lot. It has a lot to do with Superman.
Yeah, I mean, him getting fucking punked out by Captain Marvel and fucking running and hiding and shit. It might be some character development, but it's not in the. I don't know. I don't call it canon.
It's not about character development of Superman. His character is developed already. Is what it's literally about. Is a character like Superman who's been developed since the 1940s.
God damn it.
Can something like that last today? The morals, the values, the belief of Superman is outdated. Or is it? Is something like that eternal? Does it live on beyond? And that's what that story is about. Superman didn't get punked out by Captain Marvel. He got punked out by society that turned their back on him for a different way. They no longer believed in truth and justice. They wanted things their way. So he left. And then things went to shit. And he gets called back out into action.
It's the oldest fucking story there is, Legion. It's a fucking Bible story, dude. It's not even. I mean,
you need to read that book again. They
bullshit. It's Revelations, dude. It's like the angels beating the fucking people and shit.
It's not a Bible story. They use biblical parallels because our guide, the new Sandman, is a preacher. So he's telling you, you're seeing this from the perspective of a preacher. So he's using parallels that he knows.
I mean, fucking Kingdom Come in the title alone, Legion. What are you talking about, bro?
They're not telling a Bible story. There's a parallel. They're giving you a metaphor through it.
You guys should battle rap.
Only.
I don't see how he don't see the fucking semblance here. I don't know how he's missing it.
I do see the
Oh,
symbolism.
okay. Oh, now you see it.
No, I've seen it for that's what a metaphor is. That's what a parable is. I see the symbolism.
That's all I was fucking saying, and you're over here like, oh, you need to read it again, motherfucker. No, I don't. No, I don't.
You definitely do.
I'm team
No,
B.
I don't think
Fuck
you
that
need to.
book.
I don't think you need to read it again.
No,
No, that
it's
book was
boring. It's stupid. It's not my Superman. I'm good.
What's your favorite Superman story? Vic?
Yeah.
My favorite
He's gonna say Red Sun. Please say Red Sun is your favorite
fuck that
Superman
shit.
story.
Death
It
of
is.
Superman into Reign of Superman. Dan Jurgens wrote Superman, Bear Name by. There you go.
I don't think that's really debatable. That's not even.
That's pretty fucking easy, right?
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward.
I don't think so. I would go with Grant
Come
Morrison.
on, bro. Come on,
No,
bro.
but
There's
you
fucking
can't-
people don't even read comics to know what
I was
happened.
thinking the same thing, Chaos, but you can't really use Grant Morrison's run to dispute that because Grant Morrison, what he did really just solidifies it and stands on the
Nah.
shoulders of it.
I think Donnie Cates.
All that shit is wishy-washy bullshit. Jurgens found the core Superman. He made it to where Superman could die. You know how fucking hard that is? Every other time Superman's died, it didn't really stick. It stuck with Jurgens.
Including that time.
James Gunn told me that Grant Morrison is the best.
I mean, people can like the new shit they want. That's my opinion. I like Jurgens.
I think Grant Morrison is a situation of it's been done before, but are you doing it good? And I think Grant Morrison did it better than Dan Jurgens.
I think Donnie Cates is the best Superman writer ever.
Oh, are you calling us from the future? DJ's calling us from the
I
future
like
when Donnie
Cates.
Cates.
I like Cates a lot more than Tinian. At least Cates can finish or start a story.
I'm just trying to be.
He just doesn't finish them. Yeah, he doesn't
They
finish.
don't finish him.
At least he can start him.
I'm just trying to trigger. Death of Superman is the worst Superman run of all time. Biggie knows.
You're gonna make my brain blow up.
Oh man, I failed terrible at trolling.
It's comics are so fucking. I can't read all this new jibby fucking bullshit gibberish, dude. It's like.
Well, Kingdom Come is in the same era as Death of Superman, dude. Like it's the same handful of years.
I think Superman was at his best in Action Comics 1 when he couldn't fly.
Yeah, it was all downhill from
running on telephone wires so that
Oh.
he doesn't tear up the street.
Yeah.
Uphill.
Been all downhill.
I'm the kind of guy to get the book and reads it because I want to know what happened in that issue. I don't want to have to wait a million. I'll buy a whole run, but Silver Age is really where it's at for me with Superman because you could just have one issue and get a whole world of story.
I recently,
where
I
he needs to
recently
pay
read.
his taxes and shit.
Yeah, I recently
Yeah, with
read
Kingdom
all.
Come, you have to read
All-Star
4. Yeah, it's way too many.
Yeah, so as somebody that
It'd be like
recently
12
read
issues of
All-Star
bullshit.
Superman, that was amazing.
All Star's amazing. Tom King's little mini Superman run was great too.
Up in the Sky was fantastic.
What I liked about All-Star Superman, right? Because my whole thing, and this is why I've never really gravitated toward the character, because it's just like he is unbeatable in whatever, right? So that's just my understanding of the character. And I like what All-Star Superman did was accentuate all of his attributes that he has in every single issue, and it had nothing to do with his strength, nothing to do with his flight, and it was just amazing to me.
It's a great book.
Yeah.
A+ stuff.
And I was just like, I can't read any more books after this. My brain hurts. So
That Bizarro World issue, like, not every situation has a perfect outcome, you know.
Yeah, and you can't punch your way out of everything.
You can't punch your way out, and you have to make bad calls, and people get left behind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Phone's dying, guys. I'll talk to you guys later, or be in the chat in a minute. Later.
Bye.
Bye.
See you.
I don't read a lot of Superman books, so I can't really say much.
Esteban said All-Star was awful to him.
Esteban had some hot takes about Tom King, too.
We love hot takes. I think Tom King comes with hot takes.
Esteban.
Like on both sides. If you say you like him, it's a hot take. If you say you hate him, it's a hot take. Like he's very split.
What were you trying to say, Justin?
My favorite Superman story is. Sorry.
I'll be right back, guys.
My favorite Superman story is Secret Identity.
Okay.
That's 4 issues, also, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. I read it in trade format.
I think that's another short one. I can't confirm if it's 4, but I think it's pretty short. Maybe even just 2 issues.
Well, I also read it like when I just became a new dad, so I think that has a lot to do with it more than anything.
Let's see. I think I have Secret Identity just sitting in my save. Yeah, it's 4 books. So it's a quick read. And it's also available on the DC Universe stream app, DC Universe Infinite.
One of my favorite Supermans is Kingdom Come, which coincidentally we will be talking about on the Viking Book Club Monday at 8 p.m. on the Comic Viking YouTube channel.
Kingdom Come is one of the worst Superman stories of all time because they're just ripping off the Bible, and you don't see the semblance.
Symbology?
There's definitely a semblance in there.
A simile.
Kingdom Come was good, man. Kingdom Come was good.
Yeah.
I didn't read it yet. I literally bought it like last
Did
week.
you get that point I was trying to make? How it's not a character development story for Superman. It's a maintaining.
Yeah, Superman is developed. Like he's on the outskirts.
Yeah, the point of the book wasn't to develop Superman. It was to test and strain.
Alan is like, shut up. Save it for the review. Save it for the review.
Yeah, save.
Yeah, we'll save it.
I'm smelling gas right now. That's not good. I think it's the car in front of me. I don't know.
Was it the guy that you just failed?
No.
Alan was inside inspecting his house. The kids were outside dousing his car.
Wow.
No, it doesn't get that bad.
First of all, Taylor Winder just made my day. I think I'm just going to call it quits for the rest of the day. He does hashtag I'm with DJ. Thank you, Taylor Winder.
Do you mean spiritually?
Spiritually.
I think he means biblically.
Biblically.
Physically?
Jump off, guys.
Symbolically.
Yeah, we're well
Nighttime.
past the 10:30 marker here.
Yeah, I gotta.
It's been my normal cutting off point on Friday.
All right.
Lame.
I appreciate everyone hopping on.
Of course.
Biggie, you know I love you, despite your hot take.
I don't know if I was very hot. I think I came in pretty normal. I was just getting started, man. I had Black Panther shit. I had DCU.
I'll hang out for a minute because you didn't get here as early as you would have liked to. So
I don't want to hold y'all up.
You're not holding me up. I literally have nothing to do, but I try to get off of. I'm trying to stay here too long and find stuff to do, but I'm off all weekend, so I'll hang out for a few more.
All right.
This is the only day of the week I get to kick it with you anyway. So, yeah. Despite your horrible take on Kingdom Come, which is my favorite comic book of all time, what did you think of Black Panther? It really is. Yeah, I read that book when I was in third. No, yeah, I read that book when I was in like third grade, dude. Like it's literally my. It's what really solidified comics were going to be a part of my life till the day I die. That book. Can you imagine in 1996 being a kid and flipping through Alex Ross interiors for the first time like that? It made it so real.
I'll give you a hot take, bro.
Oh shit.
I'm not a big Alex Ross fan, and the more I see it, the more I get bored with it. Now back then,
yeah,
it was pretty fly. It was fly, but I'm gonna tell you the truth, bro. I didn't read fucking Kingdom Come. I did a review. I watched a review.
Oh god damn it!
And I read a few issues. I don't have it all, but I read a couple issues, and I think I got a pretty good understanding of it. It makes sense to see a world without Superman. I get it, but it's just not my kind of Superman shit. And it felt, I don't know, man. It felt
I swear to God, dude, if you read it, like just judging from what you're saying and knowing that you're a Superman guy, like if you read this book, you'll be like, okay, this is different than what you clearly think it is. There's definitely metaphors for the Bible. Your narrator of the story is a preacher being escorted by the Spectre. The Superman, like again, it's not about developing his character; it's about testing his character. And dude, it's one of the truest representations of Superman, and you get to see him like broken as well.
It's only those three square bound books, right?
Four.
Okay. Then
Yeah,
I only have 3 of them then.
Yeah, it's definitely worth your time. Even if you're not a biggest Alex Ross fan, but to your point though, like art is different strokes for different strokes. But back then, if taking it into context, that was the realest superheroes have ever been, because we didn't have all this movies and TV shows. We had a few here and there, but then you had Alex Ross come in and show you what they look like in real life. Like I could not get enough of it. I still can't.
Amazing story.
Yeah, I love it, but then I'm not like it was really my first introduction to Superman. But then I am an Alex Ross fanboy. He's one of my favorite artists of all time, if not my favorite artist of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was a deep, complex story. It wasn't Superman, punching his way out of stuff and blah blah.
It's not the worst Superman I've ever seen. Like there's way worse Superman than that, but I just feel like people that say it's the GOAT shit. I don't know how you could skip over that Jurgen shit, because that Jurgen shit was fire.
Yeah, but if you don't know if it's the GOAT shit, if you haven't read it, you might just.
I read enough of the shit. I'm trying to tell you, I read like 3 or 4 issues. I've watched fucking a ton of reviews. I don't need to read every goddamn issue.
It's only 4 issues.
What do you mean?
Kingdom Come
only
4 issues.
No, you're talking like huge books. There's like fucking breaks in it, ain't there?
No.
It's square bound books.
Dude,
I have 3 of them.
And they're not even oversized. They're not even oversized square bound books.
I guess I read it all. I didn't read it from beginning to end. I read it like choppy way.
It's an Elseworlds title.
I don't know. I thought there was more to it. That's it.
You know, those 90s Elseworlds titles are like they're pretty much like all together. It's like I think it's 80 pages, maybe like just. A little bit over 80 pages.
It's garbage. I read it.
Hi, Nick Kingston Comics.
Before we continue on with the Superman talk, I would like to know what microphone DJ is using, because he sounds excellent.
Oh, I'm on my work headset.
Now that Nick's here, Biggie, let's move over to Black Panther.
All right.
Now that Nick's here.
Hey Nick, how'd you like my my mystery box I sent Johnny?
Yo,
right, back to Biggie. He's been trying to tell us about Black Panther since this morning.
Oh, okay. So, if Where all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single. That's what I think of when I watched Black Panther 2.
What?
You thought of single ladies or Beyonce?
All the single ladies, oh, that Beyonce song. How's it go? You know.
Up in the club just broke up. I'm doing my own little thing. I want to trip because another boy noticed me.
Hashtag mouth
If you
water.
learn it, then put a ring on it.
Mouth water or dirty water.
This is what you cut me off for. All right.
Absolutely, because I'm sure
Private chat, Kyle. Private
some
chat.
context.
It's another woman's flick, man. It's another woman's flick. It's fucking Garbo. They did my boy Submariner trash. Everybody kept saying, "Don't worry, Biggie. He's strong. It'll be good." Nah, it's fucking trash. They did Subby wrong. That's it, bro. Like, what do they? I mean, the CG looked good. It wasn't because the CG was bad. I'm hearing a weird echo.
I thoroughly enjoyed Submariner. I think that was, for me, the strongest part was Submariner's representation.
What was good about it?
I'm not a Submariner fan, so I think Submariner in the comics, aside from him being a douchebag, is boring. So it was just good to see somebody with rich, fleshed out history for once in a bad guy on the screen.
I like the history. I didn't like the
dumb
way he
as
acted.
fuck. It's like you either join us or you're against us, or I'm gonna kill you. He's dumb as fuck. He don't look like nothing like his fucking people. The people look weird. I know that's like canon, but it's not right. Is my mic fucked up?
No, you sound fine.
Okay, but yeah, and his troops were okay. Like I liked the Tuma. Tuma was probably one of the best parts.
It's not a Tuma.
I didn't hate what's her name, fucking Shuri or Toyo. Fucking Michonne from The Walking Dead was the best part of it again. Like she's dope. The whole I'm so sad and my family's dying and then she gets murdered. That shit was OP. Like, okay, we get it. It's sad. All right. You lost your son, you lost your husband, now she drowns. And that don't make a movie for me. That don't make It was a dumbass way she died. She drowned in a fucking building tilted. Like, what the fuck is that?
I said that on the review after, like, how is this building full of water? She's at the top of a skyscraper.
Yeah, what the fuck? It's like a million feet long.
In your skyscrapers, they don't fill up with water all the way to like the 20th floor.
Only in that movie.
No, it's like when the king died. The king died in a similar way. It's like he shouldn't have died either. It was dumb. It was a building smashing.
The king.
In
Yeah,
Civil War.
Yeah, I thought he died from a bomb blowing up in his face.
Yeah. He got blowed up.
He was okay after the bomb went off. It was the building went sideways and he fucking died going through the building or some shit.
Usually you die when a building falls on you, so that's kind of realistic in my opinion.
I guess. I mean, it's King T'Challa, where the fuck he is. He's the king, but
yeah, he would have superpowers.
It reminded me of that, and I didn't like that. So, I mean, it was just a bunch of shit that didn't work out for me. It was just not that great. They didn't use Killmonger enough. It was not even close to as good as Thor. I get that Thor didn't have as many drastic, dramatic, sad fucking bullshit in it, but at least you got a main character that did shit. Like, you got a bunch of E-level characters doing nothing in this shit.
Julius Thor was the absolute worst.
Thor was fantastic compared to this shit.
Let me ask y'all something though. Whether you think Thor was better or Black Panther was better, which one is more rewatchable?
Fucking Thor all day. I don't even want to watch Panther again.
They both get one more. And that's it.
And Thor had better music. I didn't hear one good fucking song on the Black Panther shit.
Oh, that
Oh yeah, let me get to the fucking DCU shit before we go too.
Well, hold on, DJ. Between the two, which one would you rather have to sit through again?
Gun to my head. First of all, speaking of buildings falling on people, shout out to the Wicked Witch of the East. She was just like she had nothing to do with nothing. And she got hit by a straight building. That was kind of fucked up.
It was a single floor house. Is it technically a building?
Yeah, that's true. Gun to my head. Which one would I? I'm gonna say Black Panther all day. I legit think Thor, and I'm not trolling. You know, Biggie, I love to troll you and stuff. Yo, I legit think Thor: Love and Thunder is the worst MCU movie. possibly one of the worst comic book movies. Definitely top 5 worst. I hated every single moment of the movie.
Kyle, have you seen both of them?
Yeah, I would never watch Thor again.
Black Panther for you, Spidey?
I'll rewatch both, but yeah, Black Panther has probably got a bit more rewatchable factors.
Alan?
I'll take the bullet.
You almost took it this morning.
Fuck, I'm sorry. I'll take the bullet. I'm not rewatching Black Panther because no, they used emotion to promote it and make it a hit or whatever it was. And Love and Thunder, oh my God, really? I'll never get those 2 hours back, ever. So neither. I'll get shot in the head.
I still haven't watched Thor because y'all know me from the day I've been on YouTube. I've been like railing against Thor since Ragnarok. And then this was just what everyone's feeling about this. I was already feeling when we hit Ragnarok, but I would still pick Thor: Love and Thunder over Black Panther just because it's shorter. That's my strategy. It's shorter.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody gets through that Panther shit. Holy shit.
For me, it's got to be Panther just because I haven't rewatched it yet. I did Thor: Love and Thunder one more time just to make sure it was that movie, and it was that movie.
JB, what are you going with?
I still haven't seen Black Panther, so I have to go with Thor by default.
Okay.
Nice. Is it on Disney Plus now? Was that yesterday?
Which one? Black Panther?
They both are.
And we brought up that point a couple times now. Kyle, this is the first time in MCU history when a movie released to streaming and no one gave a shit. You don't see people posting about it. You don't see people resharing their keys associated with it, bragging about being the biggest fan ever of an obscure character that just appeared for the first time, or none of that. No one gave a shit that this movie released on Disney Plus or talked about it. It's been days now.
Okay.
It blows my mind. It makes me think, how much do people really care? Just is it cool to be like, oh, it was so good, R.I.P. that? I think there's a little bit of virtue signaling attached to it.
That's Nick. When I first released it, I did 6 boxes. Right, I doubled everybody's money, and then I added $100 on top of it. So Johnny paid me $150, right? And I gave him $400 in books.
All right, Kyle, I'm going to send you $5 right now. If you can double it and put 100 on top of it, I'm in.
I'm going to send you $100. I'm going to send you $110 worth of books.
So you do custom mystery boxes, Kyle?
You got to fill out the survey, yeah, because I want to know a little bit about you.
All right, Kyle. Let's do it this way. I'm not going to fill out the survey, but I want you to fill out. No. Hold on here. I want you to fill out the survey as you or me. What you'd assume I would say, and then when you're done, let me know. I need you to screenshot it or something because I don't want you to cheat. Then I'll fill out the survey and we'll combine our answers.
Okay.
Kyle, just fill his box with argumentative comics #1s.
There you go. Yeah. But the whole reason I added an extra $100 is because I made them wait since August to actually get their mystery boxes. So I was like, that's way too long.
Oh yeah.
Do I have to wait till next August to get mine?
Forget it.
It depends. But yeah, no, I have if you look me up on my Instagram, go to my link tree. There's a survey that you fill out.
This sounds like a scam, bro.
So if I bought one, I'd have to wait till 2030.
Yeah, exactly.
This sounds like a scam.
It's definitely a scam.
Yeah, it sounds like a scam.
I only sent one to Johnny, and that's all I did. The rest are all just flukes.
All right, let's get to the DCU, not the fucking promiscuous mystery box.
It sounds like you're taking the money and going boosting.
Exactly.
What's boosting?
Oh, I forgot.
That's New York slang for stealing.
Okay.
Haven't you ever seen Gone in 60 Seconds?
Yeah.
They talk about boosting cars all the time.
Got you. So like actual boosting.
So which movie did better, Black Adam or Suicide Squad?
Define better.
Yeah, what do you
Better.
mean?
Who made the most fucking money and got the most people to watch it?
Who made the most money? That would be Black Adam. Who did most
Okay.
people watch? Probably Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but Black Adam had a full theatrical run as well. So
Yeah,
Hold on.
more people probably watch Suicide Squad on the app than people have watched Black Adam.
My thing is how come James Gunn's first DCU movie gets a fucking clean pass and The Rock gets ran the fuck out of town and he made more goddamn money, was actually probably more successful, and didn't have dumbass opinions. He just wanted to keep Henry Cavill. What the fuck is wrong with that?
Did you miss like where people explain like Suicide Squad was released straight to streaming service?
No, I
because
heard
of
all
COVID?
that shit. I mean, it still wasn't. I
Then I don't
remember
understand
before
your
it came out, James Gunn was like, "This is going to be the biggest next shit. This is going to be like Guardians. This is going to be fucking fly." And then when it came out, it was like, wah, wah. Nobody was complaining about the fucking share. They weren't complaining about none of that shit. The shit didn't do good. And then it was, we weren't in theaters. That's all we heard. So what?
The Rock was only interested in promoting his whiskey company rather than promoting Black Adam.
He promoted the hell out
I
of
think
Black
he pushed it harder than any other fucking actor. I think he pushed it pretty good.
did. I've heard
He
you say
also
that.
strong-armed his way into selling his whiskey during the premiere.
I didn't see all that shit. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but I don't. Yeah, I don't understand the disconnect there, Biggie, because again, all the movies that Warner Brothers released that year didn't have. I mean, like it is what it is. It was a COVID thing. I know that gets boring to hear, and it sucks to hear, and it's a cop out a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But they released their entire annual slate straight to streaming service. I mean, that's just it is what it is. There's no way to
Is that
compare.
gonna make the difference? I've heard it's been criticized a little bit. So if he gets a full theater fucking drop, it's gonna make all the difference, right?
There's no way to actually know what that movie would have done.
They say theater in a while.
That's what you got.
I don't know. I think they're being cheap. I think they're looking for new actors so they don't get signed in these long-term contracts. They don't have to pay all this money out. They're buying one big good piece. It's like getting a Grail and having a bunch of shitty books with it.
See, all right, so
I'd rather have a bunch of good books than just one good book and a bunch of shitty books.
let me just chime in really quickly. So, although Black Adam made more money, it wasn't considered by them a financial success because they still have to recoup with all the marketing costs and all that stuff.
They did push the shit out of it. I agree with that.
Yeah,
they
so-
thought it was going to be way bigger. They thought it was going to be way bigger.
Which I'm surprised it wasn't, to be quite honest. So it's that, but they're gonna make their money back with like DVD sales and all. Then so it's eventually gonna break even, but it's still a break-even movie is not considered a financial success.
It would have had to beat Black Panther to be successful. That's the only goal they had was beat Black Panther, and they weren't going to fucking do that, bro. It didn't matter.
I think it was weird too, and sorry for just rambling. I think the definition of success is skewed across the board, right? So if it doesn't make 200 million in profit, it's not considered a success, which to me is insane. And that's talking after marketing and all that other stuff. So I don't know. I think these companies, if they don't do $1 billion, they see it as a failure, which is
it's just based on how much they put into it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, they want everything to be like a blockbuster film, and it can be successful. But if it doesn't hit that market, like you said, it's a failure. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Only DCU property I have faith in is Aquaman. The rest of the shit, I don't know. That's all I can say. Until I see something that works, I'm just gonna have faith in Aquaman. That's all I got.
I mean, for me, I just want good movies, man. I don't give a shit if it's DC, Marvel, Tom Cruise, and all his CGI bullshit. I just want good movies, man. I am getting I got comic book movie fatigue. That's why I think I'm so excited to go see this Knock on the Cabin.
I'm excited to go see Mission Impossible. Talking about Tom Cruise CG bullshit.
Is he going to make it to the fucking to the taping, or what? Is it already made?
I believe they're finished with it.
They're finished. Well, shit, he might be able to squeeze it out before he goes to jail for murdering the motherfucker.
Who did Tom Cruise murder?
He's
The Scream.
He was semi responsible for a couple people.
What?
Getting murked in a movie. Yeah, they was doing a movie with an airplane, and Tom Cruise was doing his Tom Cruise shit, saying, "Let's do the most crazy. Let's put a stuntman in an airplane and make it look like it was me, and push it off like I'm this big bad stunt guy. Do this for me." And the dude got murdered. He died, like straight up. I'm not making the shit up.
I thought all the flying was CGI.
Most of it is. They make it look a lot worse than what it is. But they were doing he tried to talk him into do this low sweeping jungle shot, and the shit didn't work out, man. R.I.P. I feel really bad for that stuntman that passed away. His whole family. That's got to be horrible. Alec Baldwin just got in trouble. It's starting to be a thing in Hollywood.
Real quick, on your point about feeling bad for the stuntman, what was their name?
I don't know.
Roddy McSmith.
Oh, it was Tim Flight.
It exactly was Tim Flight. I just looked it up.
Justin's a savage.
You don't need to know somebody's name to feel bad for their family.
Yeah, I don't know their name.
Like I feel bad for the people.
I don't know. I bet the movie never comes out. It probably never will.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Nick, and I don't know his real name.
Yep, we're still here.
Why isn't he in school?
But we've been snowed in the past 4 days.
So this is it looks like
You get snow in Texas?
5 years ago about that, Biggie. Is it just now like going through courts or something? Or?
I don't know why people have never really. I guess I shouldn't say Tom Cruise is in it. He was just part of the movie, and that's what happened. I'm not saying that he forced them people to do the shit. I don't know, but
numerous stuntmen have died on the Expendable sets. I think it's just like part of their job. It's called stunt, not act. Like,
no, but Biggie's
inherent risk.
Biggie's right. So Tom Cruise is forcing them to do this stuff. Fucking the guy dies, it gets covered up, and it's all due to Scientology.
I'm afraid to say anything because they have this shit called soft kills. They could just nuke our ass, and we don't even know it. So, Tom Cruise, I'm your biggest fan. You think Legion likes you? Forget that shit. I love some Tom Cruise. Cocktails is my favorite movie.
Minus the tails.
Which part?
I liked it when he mixed the drink and he did the dance.
Oh, I meant the cocktail.
With the
Toby Maguire was fantastic.
with his Australian co-star.
Now, did you really see Cocktails, or did you just watch a review on it?
I got to be honest, I didn't really watch it. I read one of the issues and I watched a bunch of reviews. But
for the win.
I think I got a pretty good understanding of it, and I like it.
Nice.
I've never seen Cocktail, to be honest.
I just watched the Ben Stiller Tom Cruise thing where Ben Stiller is Tom Cruise's stuntman.
Man, yeah, that's
hilarious. Ben Stiller gets it. Ben Stiller gets it, bro.
Yeah.
So
Stiller knows what I'm talking about.
Biggie mentioned Alec Baldwin.
Correct.
Why? That was an accident, right? So why is Alec Baldwin being charged?
Because he's the one with the money.
No,
Exactly.
but it was an accident. And as the
Well,
actor,
you know what an accidental murder is called? I think manslaughter.
no, I understand that, right? But I would assume he's being charged only because the right paperwork wasn't in place or whatever the case, because it was a low budget movie, I'm assuming. But the people that were responsible wouldn't be the actor, because he's been
X11's been waiting on this.
He's been given like he thinks he's been giving a movie gun or whatever, or with blanks.
Was he though, DJ? Was he?
But that's what I'm saying. Wouldn't the people that's supposed to check everything. And all that.
Yeah, there has to be more to blame. To be
The
honest.
way I heard it, they were shooting they were shooting live rounds before the scene. It was very unprofessional.
I was
From
about
what
to
I
say, the obvious question would be: Is does Alec Baldwin have his financials invested in the movie? Is he in part of the producers list and stuff? Because then an air of
That makes sense.
responsibility would apply at that point. Who's in charge of the stunt people? You just have to follow it up the chain, I guess.
All right, I'm looking at it from the perspective that he's just an actor on the set, which that's not the right way to look at it. Yeah. if
There's
you-
also like a waiver that you have to sign.
Gotcha.
X11. Like you're an Alec Baldwin guy because he played the Shadow. What can you tell us? Nick, who killed the Crow?
It was one of the actors.
Bang!
I know, but do you remember who it was, or do you remember like what was the ultimate outcome of that?
Oh no, the guy didn't get charged. There were no charges brought up.
Yeah,
I think that clear. They just classified it as an incidental death, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know the name of the person that shot Brandon Lee?
Tim Flight, the same guy that
Flight,
died.
How could you even feel bad for him if you don't know the name?
I think it was Michael Wincott. Michael Wincott, who actually just starred in that Jordan Peele movie, was the guy who shot him.
I'm trying to.
In Nope, the guy that was in the director, the
Yep.
eccentric director.
Yep. Bang! Fuck! I'm dead.
Mm-hmm. I feel like a little bitty worm on a big fucking hook.
All right, guys. Well, it's almost 11:30 now.
Yeah, I'm done. I got all my stuff out, I think.
Well, we appreciate it. We like you getting your stuff out.
Yeah.
Getting your stuff out all over Legion's face this morning.
What's long, green, and has cum in the middle of it?
Cucumbers. Let's not leave that one just sitting there for too long. Tonight, 9:00 in the mix. It's going to be a very special episode, probably the best one yet. Tyler won't be there. So be sure to swing by, come hang out, all that good stuff. And if you want to wait 13 months for a mystery box, be sure to hit up Promiscuous Time Traveler. For all your hot takes, hit up Biggie or Esteban. He was coming in hot today, which we appreciate. Definitely fun. And if you're looking to buy any hot toys, don't forget to hit up Justin Birch over there. If you need slabs cracked, call Bad Spidey. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we
are Legion.
We are Legion.